Nope,
know you didn't.
because it's already live. So of course you didn't ask. Uh, you didn't ask about next Tuesday, but I tell you what is coming up this Friday, the 2024 WWE Draft. There's a lot to get into. Not to mention we have a plethora of new champions, so on and so forth. Last week you guys showed up and you showed off quite well. We plan to do the same thing this week. All that and more right after the intro. I guess that's it, right? I guess so. Everybody waiting for it? Everybody
Let's
waiting
go.
for it? Huh? It's like, here it goes. Nope, here it goes.
Houston, we have a problem. Yes!
What you gonna do? 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 What you gonna do?
Woo! And there we have it. Welcome to the Wrestling Wrealm Now podcast, where we take a deeper dive into the world of professional wrestling. Now, you can watch all of our Wrestling Wrealm content anytime on youtube.com/The Wrestling Wrealm. Follow us on all social media platforms, including Instagram, Threads, X, and Facebook at Wrestling Wrealm. That is with 2 W's, in case you haven't noticed. Wrestling Wrealm with 2 W's. You can download all of our audio content anytime on Spotify. Gang, gang. Watch us and subscribe to our Twitch channel at The Wrestling Wrealm. I am your host, Big Dog. That's right, I stole it from you, Roman. The man, the realist himself, the real Dwayne Allen in the building. You see Brother Hugh, the Scott Hall fingers. He's your host, Brother Hugh has the third, the super producer, A to the A to the S, T to the H to the E, 3 to the R, to the D, in the building. Championship culture in full force. He is your host, the Belt King, not just any guy, but the guy, Brandon, the guy in the building for the Wrestling Wrealm Now podcast. And he is your host, the man, the real myth, the real legend, the heel of all heels, the heart and soul of the Wrestling Wrealm. Extra intro today.
Hollywood.
Brian H. Waters in the building today. Gentlemen, how are we doing? We good?
We good.
Yeah.
Well, well, listen. Since we're all good, let me just make people feel a lot better. So for all Wrestling Wrealm apparel and merchandise, head over to WrestlingWrealm.com. So if you want to support the brand and the Wrestling Wrealm and what we do here, please buy some apparel and merchandise. We have t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, and more. In the upcoming weeks, we will be, working on doing some live unboxings just to give you just a small taste of what we have to offer at the Wrestling Wrealm website, where you can get all of our, like I said, our merchandise, apparel, and more. So if you want to support the brand, if you want to show that you're a proud wrestling fan, or you just want to go out there and support, trust me, we got some really cool items, and we are working on some new things. As a matter of fact, trust me, the Wrestling Wrealm is in transition, so we're really loading up. But trust me, if you want to get on the wave early and you want to figure out what it's about, you can start here at WrestlingWrealm.com. Also, for exclusive shows and bonus material, we have a Patreon channel. Patreon.com/the wrestling_realm for all exclusive shows and bonus material. We have Brian Just Thoughts. We have Realness Reacts coming soon. There's writings, there's shows, there's stories that we can't tell on the air. All that and more, you can find that on our Patreon channel. So if you didn't know it, now you do. We do have a Patreon channel. You can subscribe for just as low as $1. Yes, our lower subscription tier is just $1. So if you would like to be a part of that and you can't get enough of Wrestling Wrealm content, that is the place you can go do so at patreon.com/the wrestling_realm. Not only that, if you'd like to advertise with the Wrestling Wrealm, we are open for business. So you can contact us at wrestlingrealm@gmail.com. Use the subject line advertise so we can get back to you with some information, give you some rates. And if you want to partner up, if you want to advertise a show, anything you have working on, and it's a good fit for us as well as you, trust me, we are here, we are ready, we are open for business. So don't forget to contact us at wrestlingrealm@gmail.com. Now, WrestleMania passes, but guess what? We have Backlash coming up, not to mention that baseball is in full swing. Trust me, there's live concerts, so much and more. Now, the Wrestling Wrealm has partnered with SeatGeek to save you money. just as it says. So you can save $20 on your tickets for any one-time purchase of $50 or more using our promo code Wrestling Wrealm. That's right. In this economy, you know that inflation is a real thing, and that also includes ticket prices. But that should not stop you from going out and enjoying yourself. Go to a live show, go to a sporting event, and more importantly, let the Wrestling Realm help you out and save you a few dollars using our promo code Wrestling Realm. Remember, for any purchase, any one-time purchase of $50 or more, save $20 of any tickets. Once again, using that promo code Wrestling Realm. That's Realm with 2 W's. Now, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, for those who are watching, we this isn't news, but we lost one of our own. Most recently, we lost someone that was very special to our community this week as of this recording. And Brian H is going to take it from here and give us a few words about what exactly I am referring to. So please respectfully pay close attention to what is about to be said.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, we lost our good brother, Trey D, Terry Davis of We Love Wrestling. And, I had the pleasure of connecting with him during the pandemic. And that's when, he asked me to come on, he was doing a spotlight. And if anybody knew Trey, the one thing that he was about was putting on for everybody. He wanted to make sure that it was never about him. It was about the wrestling. As we all know, he would say, and if you was on his show, you would say at the end, because if I love wrestling and you love wrestling, then we love wrestling. And it's a lot to, like I said, the thing about him, every time you see him in person, it was just love. In this photo right here, but that's on the screen, and I believe this is another Brother Hugh special. Yeah, it actually is. All the community was together, and he made sure to bring everybody together. And as far as through his channel, he put on for a lot of the independent superstars. Much like our good brother Dr. D, knew him from the ground up and would tell us oh, this is one is up next, that one is up next. And a lot of times I would, just to kind of peel back the curtain, if I had somebody on the show, I knew I could go to his channel for a reliable source of research. So, had, like I said, had the pleasure of having him on Wrestling for the Culture. He joined up with Black Wrestling for the Forefront to be a part of the BRP 50. He was always there as a kind of like a silent partner, but he was there for the Forefront, and that was really cool to see. It's like I said, a good brother, good friend, just one of the most genuine people. And I'm gonna just close it out with this to say, Terry, we love you, brother, and just gonna run this real quick.
If I love wrestling and you love wrestling, then we.
About the major companies, WWE, AEW, Impact, New Japan. And it's a lot of things that I feel like myself, and I don't know if other people feel like, that go under the radar.
After you subscribe over there, go to We LUB Wrestling and subscribe. If you don't want to subscribe, just look at the top videos, probably the spotlight of the week, and watch a little bit of wrestling and get to know them.
I always see you out here showing your title belts. So in 2020, we'll talk about some world titles and talk about some more things, you know what I'm saying? You feel, because I'm like, man, he always showing belts. I don't even take mine out.
There's black wrestling fans, and there's many of us, but in the same sense, there's not that many of us. And that's why it's so important, all the platforms and what you doing here, because I love what you doing out here. Put you over for a second, stop putting myself over.
I appreciate it.
We thank you for respectfully partaking in that moment of silence with us, Brian H. That was touching. I know he's always been a prominent figure. I never met him personally, but I know he was always a prominent figure in our community, and he's affected so many lives. And we are constantly asking you to respect their privacy, as well as keep his family, friends, co-workers, associates, everyone that has been, affected by this, to, give them time, keep them in your thoughts and your prayers while they, navigate through troubled waters. So yeah, it wouldn't be fitting if we didn't take the time to pay respect to those who have paved the way for a lot of us to come through and continue to do what we've done. So thank you, Brian H. For that tribute to Trey D. Rest in peace. May God rest your soul. To bring things up just a little bit, what we do every week is we always advertise. We advertise the Wrestling Wrealm, but the Wrestling Wrealm has grown. The Wrestling Wrealm has expanded. The Wrestling Wrealm has reached new heights. And with that being said, a part of that growth and a part of reaching those new heights is a brand new show, a developing brand that has stormed the airways and taken over in a space that has never been done before. And that is championship culture. You know why? Because every belt has a story. Can't do like Brother Hugh. Brother, you do it.
Every belt has a story.
There
Every
it is.
belt
I just
said it
has a
with
story.
a smooth melodious.
there it is, man. It's almost like a 95.9 after 9 o'clock. But championship culture, I knew
We're
a show
national.
called
Everybody
Wrestling
don't know what that means.
They don't. What's the numbers? Is
No,
it
I'm saying we national. So like, the local people know 95.9. But my bad.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so we got to describe by the letters. That like WH.
Shout out
Yeah,
to
you're
the
right.
R&B music after 9 o'clock, getting people in trouble.
Any
There you
urban
go.
radio station after 9 o'clock.
There you go.
You know what it's about. But yes, championship culture. Like I said, the newest show to the Wrestling Wrealm brand has stormed onto the scene like something I've never seen before. We are completely in season 2, and you all know by now that this is something that we do every weekend. And this week's show was a very special show. So every Tuesday, 8 p.m. on youtube.com/The Wrestling Wrealm, playlist Championship Culture. Season 2 is well underway. If you've not seen it, if you're not subscribed, go back and watch all of season 1. Go back and watch all of season 2. But this week was a very, 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 very special show, a special edition of Championship Culture, because one, it was the 1-year anniversary of Championship Culture. Ladies and gentlemen, like brother Brandon, Brother Hugh, give yourselves a round of applause. Celebrating 1 year of Championship Culture completely in the mix. First and foremost, before I explain to the fans who didn't see it what the show was about, how do you guys feel? I mean, jumping onto the scene, getting right into the mix, and a year later, one season down, the second season completely underway, and so much more to come. Not to mention a mega show next week. Championship Culture 1 year later. How are you brothers feeling about everything you guys have been able to do since you've kind of taken the reins and just taken over this championship belt space that you guys have under the Wrestling Wrealm banner?
Well, I'm satisfied with the progress over the year. I mean, this is something near and dear to my heart. For those who know, I was going through some personal things at the time, and this helped me get through those things. Started in Johns Hopkins Hospital, and it's just the idea, it was just a thought. Hit my brother Brandon up, hit the fellas up, ran it past him, and the rest is history. Just started pushing from there. And literally, it just helped me keep going, and it is what it is now. We're here. We're taking over.
Look at Brother Brandon. He's sitting there
Story.
just sitting there smirking. He's sitting there smirking all the time. I mean, Brother Brandon, don't be shy now. I mean, we're talking like what, 30 belts later, almost 40 episodes later. Like, come on, man. A lot got done in just a short year, man. How are you feeling, man, on all the success that you guys are having with Championship Culture, with just expanding the brand? You're designing belts. You're taking these you're taking opportunities to give back to so many other wrestling podcast brands in this space, and you're helping them get their own custom belts designed, and you're making a lot of dreams come true, because a lot of people felt like this is not something to even, where would you even start? And then here you come into the space with you and Brother Hugh, and now you're helping them. You're seeing so many other content creators walk around with their personalized brand belts, whether the payments get there early or late. Eventually the story is great. See how I did that? That was smooth.
Smooth.
So what do you think about just everything that you and brother you have done just over this past year. You guys have done a lot. You've done a lot for us as far as the brand. You've done a lot for so many other people's brands. But I mean, how you feeling? What you thinking?
Well, the crazy part is, and I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna sound cheesy. My validation comes from seeing other people's joy. There is nothing better to get a text message last night after the show aired to say, my dad saw the video and he teared up. That to me really says that every belt has a story. The fact that you get to see pure excitement and joy in people from something that brings us all together, because no matter like the walk of life that you come from, we can find a common ground and find something that we actually like. And as long as I can help somebody find that joy, I'm perfectly fine. To have somebody like a hue in my ear that's like an annoying gnat that you want to like just swat away sometime. But sometimes that gnat lets you know that you're doing something good because they only come around to good things. You'll never see a gnat really doing anything besides because flies go to what. Gnats go to the good stuff, right? They be hovering around.
Yeah.
So
I never knew that.
You just got real Bill 9 size guy on us right now.
Right.
Like, that was a deep one.
Watermelon and fruit. There we go.
Think about it. They always go to the. But anyway, I will say this: it's been a ride, and it doesn't feel like it's been a year, but it feel like it's been because when you're doing something that you really do love, it doesn't feel like work. Yeah, we've had some hits, we had some misses, we've had some ups, we had some downs. We've had up, down, downs, but not to say that we've had a lot happen in this time frame, and I say we're only getting started because we're starting to see other ways to branch out, other ways to do things, getting recognized, getting noticed in a good way. It's to the point that people are gravitating to the brand because every belt has a story. You're seeing it at GCW. Ruckus posted the video. He's wearing a T-shirt. I'm getting pictures from people saying, "Look at him with the championship culture T-shirt on." You see people on other podcasts with the T-shirt on, and then as soon as they say, they're like, "Yeah, that's Brandon here. Every belt has a story. That's them." Everybody's starting to see it. So we appreciate the love and support because it's like no other. It's to the point that a thought became reality. So the reality is we just going to keep going, and we wanted people to hear other people's story because we can say it all the time. Every belt has a story, but we wanted to hear some of your stories. So stay tuned because there's more to be released. It's just that we didn't want to have a really long video of testimonials. We wanted to make sure that we had some testimonies that people could, one, relate to, but then two, showed the passion. And of course, we had to throw that extra part in, and I know he got notes about it. But that's enough about the anniversary. What say you, Brother Realness?
One question.
Yes.
I'm put you on the spot. Which story brought you to tears? You done heard.
That's actually a good question.
But I know, like, there's been a lot of belt stories that you've accumulated over this time. Like, you could write a book, but have any of them like brought you to tears? Like, wow, I didn't realize it meant this much to that person.
So I'm gonna say this: it changed during this episode because when Justin, aka the Prototype, he sent this email saying, "Hey, I'm trying to send my video, it wouldn't send." And reading the video, and I told him, I said, I said it on social media, I could not do it justice. Reading what the sheer joy and the fact that he said, it was the first belt he had and it brought him to tears. That's what we need to be celebrating in this industry. The fact that something as small as a belt meant the world to him. And that, like, when I say it punched me in the feels, like, it hit me when Brandy Savage said about, the first Puerto Rican champion and everything. Like, I'm like, oh, and his father being able to see Pedro Morales, now he get to see Damian Priest. I'm like, oh man, you talking about representation? That's like to take a punt from you for the culture. It was like, man, that's really. And then when I read you, I'm like, oh man, y'all just keep gut punching me. So, but it was the simple fact. It took me probably about 10 takes to even read it because it got me. And I was like, this is why we're doing this every Wednesday night. This is why we do this every Tuesday night. That's why when somebody say, and Brian, you're going to laugh at this. A few years ago, when somebody say, can I see your belt? Get away from me. Why you want to touch my belt? Now I'm like, here you go. Yeah, you can see the belt. Okay, so what a stone's missing? I'll replace that stone. I'll give it to you to replace the stone. But the joy.
People?
I was about to say. He was the hermit. He's Master Roshi. He's at his own island.
Look, I saw you after Wally Mania. You was out there networking, shaking hands, and kissing babies. I saw
you
and
shaking in
the streets. I was on live. I got him right into it.
Because I was the one who was moody. my people meter had went to below E, so I had to walk.
Which is a turn of events because I didn't know that was possible until I found out what was going on. I said, "What?"
Yeah, I was like, "Oh," and the crazy part is, I was like, "Oh, there's Holly." Never mind. I said, "Let me tell you." I was like, "Never mind." And I was on a live talking about belts
because all I know I have to do is look at this guy right here, and he know. I mean, he lived through WrestleMania 28 with me, so he know. On Patreon, just $1, pay the one. But yeah, so I was like, look, I just need to get away. But I'm sitting there, and even in my process and everything, I was like, wait, brother Brandon out here talking to people. Every belt does have a story.
Yep.
He proved it right.
Surprise.
He proved it right.
It got worse, but it's almost reverted back, and he would tell you night one, that thing was hilarious. I was like this, and you got that belt too? He looked at me and he was like, "You okay?" I was like, "No, I'm not okay. There's too many people." You can see it look like he had that look of, "Please don't say you want to leave." Like he was like, "Please don't say." But if I know for a fact if I say, "Can we go?" He was like, "Fuck it, come on, let's go." But I was like, I gotta stick this out.
He's always been a good brother.
Yeah, I was like, oh. And he could just see. I know he saw it in my face because he was like, "You good?" I'm like,
"That's all I'm gonna get out of him." He's already pushed himself.
He was ready to make that U-turn, man.
I was because at WWE World, he would say, "I feel like we're gonna walk in there and turn around and go." We walked in. I said, "I'm good." I was like, "Can we go?" I was like, "I want to be here." I was like, "Can we?" It's just too much. I was like, "This is just." So when Brian said that, I'm like,
"At least you ain't put on too small shoes and you complain about your feet hurting."
Ooh.
No, my ankle was on fire, but I toughed it out, didn't I? I toughed it out.
Yes, you did. You
my ankle
definitely
was
did.
killing me I toughed it out. I was like, nope. I ain't complaining that much. I was like, yep. I got to the car, took my shoe off. Wait a minute. We gonna just get over the fact that Dwayne gonna say, "I got that belt too."
No, that was smooth. I was like, I got that one. See, it's proud of. See, there was a day because everybody's a story. I couldn't participate in these conversations, but as you can see, your boy done leveled up every little bit over the last year. So everybody just got one. That's cool. Now it's at my mama's house, but I'm just saying though, it's
you need one now. You're gonna need this version, so we all have the same version. Right?
Wait, how the heck did you get one, Brian H?
This was a birthday gift. I had mine first.
You had yours first?
Yeah, remember
you? Gift.
Yeah, you walked past it and you was like,
"I'm tripping." I keep thinking about the United States Championship, the IWGP United States title.
Yeah,
but you did get that. That's right.
Yeah, but here's a question. I was thinking about this, and I said, it's only one place I got to go, and that's the championship culture. Is Cody's house still on the belt?
Or there you go again, being a heel.
Is it like in the new version?
I think it is still on there.
See, still being a heel.
He tried to say that wasn't his house, like it was who was it, Ted Turner's house or something, or the first president of TNT. I'm like, no, that's that man's house. He put that on there.
His house.
That's what he told Coley.
Yeah, I think it's still on there. Honestly, I think they kept it on there.
But he was did. Go ahead.
They did change. They snuck it on there, and then they changed it back. They changed the AEW tag belt to all gold for like when Claim had it, and then they turned it back to gold and silver. So you know how on the side they had the only ones that had it, and then they changed it back when they dropped it. I was like, go ahead, Tony, keep trying, because we're gonna act like Jay Briscoe don't have. Mark Briscoe. It says Jay Briscoe on it. Mark Briscoe don't have a new ROH World Championship, but that's another story for another time. Did you notice that?
I know. Great segue. But speaking of stories, that was actually going to be my my question, but Brian H, being the professional that he is, I was going to say, what story kind of, got you the most? But I'll ask you a different question before I get in. Matter of fact, I'll give you my notes first because my notes are not that long. But I'm gonna ask you one more question in regards to championship culture, especially this past episode, which was very special. Not to mention, like I said, youtube.com/the Wrestling Wrealm playlist championship culture every Tuesday 8 p.m. With that being said, I've got notes.
Oh, here we go.
That's for you, Brian H. He hates it.
The best part of the show.
Just terrorize the podcast producer. He just hates the noise. He can't filter it out. Anyways, here's my notes as follows. Championship culture. I'll say this. It's usually I have something very snarky to say, but I'm going to say I thoroughly enjoyed everybody's stories. I think it was very heartfelt, and people out there need to know that it's okay. This is what we do. We kind of like we kind of stand in the gap, and we dare somebody to say something to us. It's okay. Brian is just laughing because we've got history. It's okay, and I'm gonna mention the history in a second because it ties in. It helps people understand, like, it's okay to feel the way you feel about these moments, these trophies, these things that matter to us the most. And I thoroughly enjoyed everybody's stories. I felt shortchanged. I'm like, it's got to be more, but like I said, I feel better because the guy just made it clear that there's plenty of other stories. They just haven't got to them yet. For time purposes, but I'm looking forward to hearing so many other people's. Like, I purposely didn't put one in there because I was like, I want to see what everybody else does, and but your boy made an appearance surprisingly, and it was some older footage of when I first when the ransom was handed over, and I received my Wrestling Wrealm Tag Team Championship after it went on World Tour without me, and I was on the camera and I was explaining the videos. But in my notes I have, where's the footage of me driving in a circle with the belt hanging out the window? That's what I was looking forward to. I said, bro, that's the money piece right there. Like,
it's coming.
I want to see the part when I was driving off with the belt hanging out the window. That's the best part for me. But yes, those are my notes for championship culture this week. Hold on, you guys are waiting for it. Here it comes. So yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing everybody else's.
It's okay to be a proud wrestling fan. Right here.
It is.
Get the t-shirts right there. Boom. All right, let's move on.
WrestlingWrealm.com. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. playlist championship culture. One last thing. I can't. This is our chance to put championship culture over because we have a loaded show tonight. But this is the last thing we're going to say. Brother Brandon, Brother Hugh, I want you guys to tell me what's the favorite thing you've done this year for championship culture in year one. What's your favorite moment, favorite whatever the case may be. Something that you did, something that you produced, a show you did, something like whatever case may be. Like, this is, if I would have known what was going on, I'd have said we got to put together a montage of championship culture, like a highlight reel. But yeah, like what was both of you guys tell me what was your favorite moment or favorite show or anything associated with championship culture that you've done this year so far?
Is that really a question for me?
It is. It is.
It is. Say, won't you say
everybody knows where I'm going with this.
Because I think the world needs to hear it again, first and foremost.
Oh no!
Oh my gosh! It's when I met my favorite wrestler, the Wanted Man, Mr. Nick Nemeth, aka Dolph Ziggler.
And what did you do when you meet him?
I screamed like a little girl on the inside at first. Then I walked away, gathered myself.
He was like this. I was like, look, there's Dolph. He's like, and just walked around saying, "Here, where you going?" I'm gonna go over here.
Where you going? That's the reason I'm
gonna go check this out. I'm gonna be over here. I'm gonna go. Get
where you going?
Here.
Pulled out the Papa Chewy.
I went right over there and started talking to Leo Rush. We started catching up, CCW days. But then made my way back around and convinced the brother to bring back the white boots.
Look at the white boots. Look at the white
boots.
The white
there
boots.
Yeah.
Like
single-handedly responsible for that man bringing them back. He said the white boots. The crazy part, that story gets me every time because the Brazilians and Brother Hugh, he tried to brush it off like, okay, I hear you. You're a fan. And then he had to stop and think. He said, no, seriously, think about it, though. White boot, white strap, something to think about. And he looked to the left and said, you might be onto something. And literally, at the end of the week, he was back in Japan and he had them white boots on. If you want to know why he went back to wearing the white boots, you have Brother Hugh, super producer, has a third
Mhm.
to be responsible for that. So shout out to you, Brother Hugh, because we needed those back. Because the black ones are okay, but god dang it, bring back the white boots. Brother Brandon, favorite moment for you this year up to this point, championship
You
culture.
really gotta
year
ask
one.
that question?
It's
you-
no, because
you know
if
it's
you say
obvious.
when you kidnap my belt, I'm gonna be pissed.
No, that was season 1.
It doesn't matter. I said this year. I didn't say what
He
season.
said
I
within
just
the
said this
year,
year.
yeah.
All within the year.
Okay. So my favorite, well, that
Pretty
was like
broad.
we did have fun with
The double
that.
turn.
That was a the double turn was my favorite.
That was a whole.
moment.
That was.
That
I'm
was
tired
my
of.
favorite.
First of all, I'm tired of getting caught up. I know it's like, you know what? I'm getting caught up in y'all shenanigans a lot. Like I'm tired of getting got.
Listen, the fact that all right, so I'm still mad that Hollywood didn't get in on this because it should have been.
Oh, because he was supposed to be.
He was supposed to be.
He was supposed
So I
to
had
be
to
the third
shift the
man.
plan.
Who's the third man?
I had to shift the plan
Mabel was the
37
third
times,
man.
and all I kept saying was, "How am I going to get?" Realness has like 32 seconds in a day that he actually is free.
I
I'ma
literally
get
get
him-
outside of basketball practice.
Yeah, I was like, "How can I get him?" And I said, and he would just be wanting to know every detail under the sun. So I had to come up with
Absolutely.
this whole elaborate scheme, and the whole time. If you ever tell Hugh, this is the plan: A, B, C. Tomorrow, hey, what we supposed to be doing? What would you say about A?
That's exactly it.
I ain't gonna lie. What was you supposed to do? I'm supposed to be doing something. Hugh, it's A, B, C. Oh, okay. So when we do A, we're gonna do B, right? But what if we do A1 and then B? No, but C should come first.
That man wanted
this is
details.
and I'm like, Hugh, this is what we're gonna do. And I'm telling you, that was the fact that we caught you on camera and said, "Oh, is this a double turn?" And then when Hugh said, "Come on, man," that was probably my favorite moment. Putting that together and executing it and having it go off, perfect. That's between that and your belt. Triple H won the award that to the next level up champion, but you took the belt before you could have it. So
that's correct.
That was.
I think the worst one was Batman. When Batman, Batman that was like, come on now. That's just, first of all, those are like legitimate ties to me and Batman, especially the '89 version. I was like, okay, now we're getting too far. But
the fact that we kept doing that, just it kept appearing in the background. It was always around. I miss having it in the background.
No,
but,
you're not getting back. Nope. I'm glad
but
it's
I
over.
will tell you this, and I'm gonna say it on air. Are you going to be on Championship Culture on the 30th?
As far as I know.
So I hope that you get. I hope you get your WrestleMania gift before that show, and that's the only clue I'm going to give you.
There we go again. Yeah, it's bad enough we got to deal with a lot of other things when it comes to all these freaking cryptic secrets. Now you guys are pulling that same thing. You guys are doing the same thing. Like, that's not okay.
I don't know what you're talking about, Dwayne.
Yeah, I just said that we brought you something from WrestleMania. We just said we brought you some. When was WrestleMania? When did we come back?
No,
and I
you
told
guys
you.
Always. Brian H, you see this right now? This is not okay.
Shenanigans.
It is.
That's exactly what it is.
Listen, I told you I wasn't going to troll you. I'm just going to tell you.
No,
I could have trolled you. I could have been trolling you.
You could have. I have no idea what it could possibly be, but I'm just thinking twice about it. Like, they showed me everything at the Toy Expo. I'm trying to think, but anyway,
just know that every belt has a story.
Okay,
I gotta say it again. Every belt has a story. That's all.
And don't forget, he's the king of the tip.
Hey, yo.
Oh man. Anyways, this is the part of the show after an extended portion of celebrating the championship culture, where we talk about. This is our segment that we do every week. It's called "What Did You Watch?"
Where's Dylan? Wait a minute. Where's Dylan?
All about the tip.
Dylan might got something going on right now.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, brother Raj. I'm sorry, I'm just seeing you coming in there. What's up, brother? But this is what we talk about. What did you watch? I know we took a little bit long. Hopefully we can breeze right through this because we got a lot to talk about tonight. But every week we do, like I said, a segment called "What Did You Watch?" Sponsored by. This could potentially be sponsored by you. If you want to sponsor this segment, please reach out to us at wrestlingwrealm@gmail.com. But this is where we talk about, once again, for the third time, what did we watch this week? What we watched to get our minds in the right space. So by the time we get to the show, it's full of wrestling. So, brothers, what did you watch? Like the little video Brandon's put together a long time ago. Bro, it's like a brand now. It's part of the show. Good brothers, what did you watch? Can I go first? I usually don't go first.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yes.
I want to go first. Right? Yeah. Let me tell you what I watched this week. Now, if you don't know me by now, I've always, in my mind, I've always felt like I should have been a wrestler. That was always
He's never gonna let
don't shake
that
your head,
go.
brother. You
And
know
if
where
he
this is
tries
going,
to, we're not gonna let him let it go.
bro. I have always. There's nothing else. Like even as a kid, there's nothing I've openly admitted to like wanting to be growing up except a professional wrestler. That was since the 6th grade, 12 years old. So I've always loved shows like Tough Enough. I've always shows like True Love, True Life. My Life as a Pro Wrestler, Beyond the Mat, anything like that. And of course, now they have, every couple of years they do a new version of Tough Enough ish type show, and they got a new one out produced by John Cena called WWE Next Gen on the Roku channel.
Yeah, I
Oh
haven't
boy,
watched it yet.
Oh, I didn't know it
you got
started. It
you get
started
it's
already?
yeah, it's old because it's recorded. It was recorded as of last year's WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But it's
Oh.
so that's when it, but then of course they're airing it now. But it's this generation's version of Tough Enough. It's 8 episodes, 45 to 50 minutes long. Oh my goodness. It's got me thinking again. I'm in here pumping iron. I'm up here drinking protein shakes again. Like, man, I might got one last run in me. Like I haven't had one in the first place. But WWE,
Hey man, you started.
he started at 35. So
Right.
do you feel me? That I'm keeping hope alive. WWE Next Gen.
I was just gonna say this last thing. You
Go
look
ahead.
better at 35 than he did.
He looked a little older. He did.
It was the hair. It was that.
Yeah.
It was the oodles and noodles hair. That's what.
Have y'all seen the realness? See, because one day we're gonna get him to stop being AI realness. He gonna come outside and then
AI realness is like an alternate. Just one day I'm just gonna show up live in person, just not tell anybody. I'm just gonna be there. And they're gonna be like, "What is
and
going
break their
on?"
necks.
You look like D'Lo Brown when you did that. But WWE Next Gen is absolutely amazing. I love it because I'm just a huge fan of that kind of stuff. Of course, I'm watching everybody critiquing like, "Oh, he's not doing it right. Oh, I'm better than that person. He stinks." And I binge watched 8 episodes in 2 days, literally like 45
Oh wow.
minutes long. It's on
You
the
was
Roku
into it.
channel. The Roku channel is free. So like if you go to I literally went to the Roku channel on my phone.com, signed up for a free account, and then just threw it to my TV and watched it. Oh my goodness, it's so good. It's always fun looking into the lives of up and coming hopefuls and going behind the scenes and watching the next generation of new talent that they're always advertising, so on and so forth. But I had to get it off my chest because I was like, man, this is really good. Wait till this episode of what did you watch this week? I'm gonna let everybody know. But if you have not watched that, go back and watch it. I want you guys to tell me what you think about it. But brothers, I'm sorry, I digress. What did you guys watch
Don't
this week?
apologize. Do not apologize.
So I'm gonna tell you, my Saturday was very bad, and I was so disappointed.
Wait,
did you watch AEW pay-per-view?
No, that was Sunday.
Just
I'm
checking.
trying to figure what was Saturday.
Oh, it was TNA.
Oh shoot!
And I'm gonna just say this:
Mm-hmm.
when Leon Slater did a swanton bomb into a 450 splash, that probably was the highlight of the whole show.
So that one move stole the show.
Because the fact that if you go back and watch it, he literally starts off at like a swanton bomb and turns his body in the air to turn it into a 450. It was the most amazing thing I've ever seen. Like I was like, how did he do that? You know how when we first saw Evan Bourne do his shooting star and he hit his ankles, everybody's like, oh my god, that's so amazing. It was that type of thing. Speedball Mountain couldn't save the match. It was because all I kept seeing was Tyler Bates' dad. Like every time I look at Trent Seven, I feel like it's Tyler Bates' dad. Like every time I look at him,
they were tag team partners. Mustache Mountain.
Yeah, but I couldn't get past the fact he just looks like how Tyler Bates will look in like 30 years. And then, and I'm gonna ask this question, and please don't. Why is Eddie Edwards so Tommy Dreamer-ish? Yes, thank you. Okay,
you said that a couple years ago.
No, you're not the only one who's noticed it. I said, bro, you got real Tommy Dreamer on us.
Yes, and it was like the camera work was just so bad. The cuts were bad. All right. When did TNA get like this? It used to be exciting, and I don't know.
Budget cuts.
Okay, so that's one. But then AEW people, I'm starting to realize that AEW pay-per-views are spot fest.
A lot of indie shows. He's struggling.
I don't know how to say this because it was so many good moments, but they were good moments because it was spot after spot. Like,
and it doesn't last. It doesn't hold. It doesn't carry to the next anything. It's just like
right.
instant.
You did a tiger suplex off the top rope. Why? You trying to kill somebody? People were chanting stuff like, "We're not worthy." These people were they were
Brandon's got notes.
He said these people are trying to will on Ospreay. It was like bad puns like this. Like I took notes like
clever.
And then Don Callis revealed that he had the rundown sheet of the match, and Jericho's career is dead. Like I'm gonna just say this: Jericho doesn't exist in AEW beyond his first world title reign. To me, after that, it doesn't exist. Exactly.
I know, right?
But the thing that killed it, if you go back and watch the match, Don Callis kept revealing it, he actually said, "Oh, be careful that he doesn't get you in a triangle hold." And guess what the next move was? A triangle hold. Oh, yeah, you want to make sure you don't get into this. And then they would get into it. I'm like, you're revealing that you have. But listen, it was so bad. Hook couldn't be a gangster against Jericho, and he should have been the gangster. He should have been the reason that Jericho took him out for 6 months to a year, so that way when Jericho came back, cut his hair, put on a suit, do something different, because nobody wants to see Lionheart. It wasn't even cool the first time you did it. Tony, stop with the nostalgia. It's done. And I'm going to be honest, and I'm probably going to get flack for saying this. I was wrong. I was wrong about Will Ospreay.
Oh, wow.
I thought, yeah, and I'm going to say this. When I've realized and watched that match with probably arguably the best wrestler in the world right now, arguably, and I'm going to say that because he can be interchanged between 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, whoever you're going to put in that category, right? Will Ospreay is not in that top anymore in my mind.
Oh, wow.
If you go back if you go back and watch that match, and I had to take my lens off of, I love Will Ospreay, he's great, because he wasn't selling. Daniel Bryan will sell a punch like you knocked his soul out. Will Ospreay,
makes me nervous when he wrestles.
He does this. I got punched, and then I'm fine. I'm like,
he's like,
dude,
he's fired up, bruv.
Yeah, I'm like, how many times are you going to take these big moves and then be okay? Like, you took that Tiger Driver off the top rope, which should have like injured you, but you were that good that you were able to flip out of it and land correctly. But then 2 seconds later, you act like the match just started. I'm like, this man really, I'm not vested in it. Like I am with a Daniel Bryan.
The ring psychology.
Yeah, like Kenny Omega is. It's just go, 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 go. And it got so bad that, and I don't know if it was you, Hollywood, or you, Brother Realist, the crowd was so vested in that match. I felt bad for Swerve because they were, first off, the tag team match with the whole Jungle Boy, Jack Perry thing. Okay, cool. Whoopie-doo. Way to keep furthering the story. You've ruined the story when you showed and I know I'm taking long, when you showed the footage. So I didn't care about the match as much.
And he fell.
Yeah, like I didn't care about that match, but I really didn't care because Will Ospreay and Daniel Bryan just sucked all the life out of the crowd. Because when it came to the Swerve and Joe, I was like, this should have been the hottest match. But I just
it's Randy Orton and Triple H going on after Shawn Michaels and Taker.
That's exactly what it was. Like, why would you even care about it? And I was like, man, was I wrong about Will Ospreay this whole time? Because Kenny Omega makes you believe the match. Christian makes you believe the match. Daniel Bryan makes you believe in the match. All these good wrestlers make you believe. Like, Christian by far doesn't have 5-star matches like Daniel Bryan, but at least you're going to remember every point in Christian's match. And I'm just comparing that. Will Ospreay, all I remember is it was just going to the next spot. Let me get to the next spot. Let me get
That's
to the
how
next
you used to work in New Japan.
But see, that's why I said I think I have rose-colored glasses. I didn't notice that because he was wrestling Jay White, Kenny Omega, all these people that suck you into it and make you believe in the story.
So you said you're saying that it's not the greatest match on American soil?
Say it again.
You saying it's not because a lot of the people say it's the greatest match on American soil.
Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, WrestleMania 40.
WrestleMania 39.
Okada and Daniel was a better match to me on American soil. Daniel and
I agree.
And Zack Sabre Jr. better match.
Kenny Omega, Daniel Bryan.
Woo!
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Like,
Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart.
And I'm telling you, that was the match I was more excited. I was more excited for that match than I was for Swerve, because all I kept saying is Tony's going to screw this up. Swerve is not going to be champion, because the time to crown him was the last time when it was him, Adam Page, and Samoa Joe. That's when you should have crowned Strickland. That would have been his. But you didn't want to overshadow Sting. I get that, but you should have did that triple threat now, because Swerve and Hangman Adam Page had such a great story that I was more invested in their story than I was with Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe just inserted himself. I'm gonna kick both of y'all butts and walked away. You know what I mean? Because they were arguing, saying I want the title, and so like, I'm just gonna kick both of y'all. But that would have overshadowed Sting. So I get why you didn't crown him, but hold off on that match until now, because I think that would have had bigger match feel. But I think I got to go back and watch some of Will Ospreay, because I hope I wasn't wrong.
Nah, you pointed out some stuff, because I was going to watch that match again, but yeah, the no selling. God,
I don't know. Has he been like that though?
I think it's just the style of the. It's just the style of the match he's used to wrestling. You don't have to, because like my boys are back. This is a perfect way for me to put this in there. And I'm not going to take too long, so you guys can finish saying what you got a chance to watch. Carl Anderson and my man Luke Gallows, the boys are back. They're talking shop is back. They're much more mature now. They are sober, and they're like about to take the podcast seriously again. And one thing he said was, when he went back to work New Japan after he re-signed with WWE, he was like, "Can you guys zoom in on Tama Tonga's face?" And they was like, "Nah, we don't do that here." Like, you know, they're like looking for the hard camera. Like, no, there is no hard camera. It's because just certain things, the way that they shoot their product is not the same as the way WWE shoots their product that you used to see on American soil. So AEW kind of follows the blueprint that WWE or sports entertainment has kind of left to blaze that trail. So you got a New Japan guy coming in working a New Japan match. You know what I mean? And it's like, little nuances that you know, like would expect to see. He's probably just not paying attention to, but yeah. So
golly.
It is crazy because, and this last, I'm sorry. And then the crazy part is,
I'm glad you had a chance to get this off your chest, because you had notes. That's how I know this is like, oh, this is getting to him. Let him cook a little bit.
And on a show where Willow is crowned the TNT champion, the crowd didn't give her just due, because they were drained from that match. You get what I'm saying? It was like,
we'll definitely talk about that.
And if Julia was injured, okay, I get why I went 6 minutes. But at some point, you didn't give her the ROH belt. I should have cared. You didn't give me enough to care about her winning the TNT belt at this time. But that's, and I like Willow. Remember, I'm a Willow fan.
All right. Well, like I said, we'll definitely get into her in just a little bit. But Brian H, Brother Hugh, what did you watch this week, gentlemen?
Yeah, you go.
I thought he was going. You going?
Brian H got it. Good.
I'm immature. You go.
Brian H is tipsy off that Pepsi. He been throwing it back like it was like a joint got some like it's Pepsi Clear.
because it's frozen. Yo,
listen, it looks Pepsi Clear.
Pepsi Clear.
Take it back to 1983.
I can't even drink that now. Zero sugar, baby.
No. Okay, yeah. I'm with you. I wish I could live that life, but I'm struggling. Brother Hugh, I'm sorry. What did you watch this week, sir?
Well, I had to go back and watch Trick Williams take that title off Dragunov.
Oh, we'll be talking about him shortly too.
I missed it live, but I went back and saw the match. It was a great match. It's a pretty good match. I still think Trick is a little.
Did you whoop that?
Little hyper.
Yeah, he is.
Anyway,
He just amped from start to finish.
Yeah, but I mean, it was time to put the belt on him for sure. But I ended up going down a rabbit hole where I got checked out the whole Carmelo and
yes, Brother Hugh's rabbit
and
hole.
Trick Williams like storyline from start to the end, well, up to Stand and Deliver, and it was entertaining. It was very entertaining, and I also went down the Bloodline playlist or storyline. starting from day 1 on up to, of course, Cody finishing the story.
Mhm.
And it was great to relive those things and just kind of take in all of those subtle nuances and just the little tidbits that you really didn't notice before or you
Mhm.
didn't pay attention to that much. But
Mm-hmm.
it was good to go back and be like, oh my gosh, that really did happen. Oh, now this makes sense. And you start piecing things together and really get to the meat and potatoes of the story and why things
Right.
happen the way they happen later on.
You went to
So
Fogo de Chao and the meat kept coming.
the meat, that's
Oh
how you
man, that
feel.
just sounds expensive.
Okay, all righty. I'm with you on that though.
Not the
Yes,
meat
sir.
kept coming.
The meat
Kept
kept coming.
green light on. Doot, doot, doot.
I know you're gonna clip that off too. The meat kept coming.
Barney,
You know
what
the
did you
worst
watch
part?
this week?
You know the worst part here? Oh, nope. You ain't saving this. How they bring the meat to you, Hugh?
I'm
They cut
done.
it off the tip,
All right,
don't they?
nothing. Hey, just off the tip, bro. Yes, sir. Just the tip. Yep.
Nah, see, this week I'm gonna just
Oh
go
my
right to
gosh.
tonight because I gotta get I gotta get y'all perspective on this bullcrap that I just watched
Uh-oh.
tonight.
Oh geez.
The day before the NFL draft,
Mm-hmm.
we saw Shad Khan on AEW.
Finally made his television debut. The owner
Yeah,
breaking kayfabe.
yeah.
Oh,
Tony
did he?
Khan just
I
couldn't
see.
help
That's how much I
himself.
didn't pay it. Oh my
He
gosh.
could,
I
he
don't watch
couldn't
it.
help himself.
Remember? Do you remember years ago when he said he would never be an on-screen character?
Yep. And what he been doing ever since then? Been an on-screen character. And I think the funny thing was somebody tweeted, "Was he scared for his life?"
Bro.
Why did
He
his
took
father come on TV?
because after he got beat, he took the bump. The Jack Perry beat him, punched him, and then the Young Bucks beat him down and hit him with the Meltzer driver. That's when they all like a bunch of like Darius Martin and all those people came out, and
All the good
that's
guys, or the
yeah,
rest of it, as they call them, baby faces.
the ones that's like trying to like, look, man, we need that bonus. Those are the ones because they ain't,
Guys on the roster not doing anything that kind of earn their paycheck.
They've been
yeah.
enjoying nice
Right.
catering.
And then
That
he
can't
comes.
fit on Ring of Honor. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then that's when Shad Khan came out. So he's gonna be a meme because everybody's like, man,
I saw one
Tony,
already.
stop, the draft is tomorrow.
Somebody said, "Is this what I'm spending my money on?"
Yep.
Yep.
So his father came on TV. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
Why would you bring? First off, Tony, you're a horrible character on TV. Why would you have to involve your father?
Come on, bring them steaks. That's why I put it in.
Because like Tony Khan has a developed we have Vince McMahon as a character, right? Tony Khan, that video surfaced where he's out there begging people to stay for the ROH taping. Sir, they have wrestling fatigue. They just watched 4 hours worth of wrestling. You want them to stick around for another hour?
Just because you can don't mean we can.
Right. And like, sir,
he's like, wait,
Triple
I'm
H
paying
does
these
the
guys.
press
They got to do
conference.
something.
Here's my take, and now here, talk to the wrestler. Tony Khan wants to sit there. You like me, right? Give me a hug. Give me more coffee. Look, you see me, right? This is my toys. These are my toys. Look at me. And I'm like, dude, it got old. Like,
what's that Skip Bayless? The Skip Bayless meme. It's my turn now. It's my turn now.
Man, leave that man alone. He was happy. He was big
That's
smiling.
exactly who he was, brother.
Big smiling when he took that. He took that bump.
Was he really?
Act like you hurt. He was cheesing.
Yes,
like,
bro.
oh, I finally got my money.
I gotta go back and watch it. Oh my gosh!
Like, what are you doing, Tony?
He was living his best life. He was living his best life. Leave him
I hate
alone.
to say it, but like AEW is good for stuff like this. Like, I'm glad we don't have a Jeff Jarrett figure, and thanks to AEW, we're gonna finally get one. Like, this is what I watch.
Hey.
This is what I'm grateful for AEW for stuff like this. Outside of that, man, it's just hard. It's first of all, the way he fell. I'm like, did he fall like that on purpose? The same way Vince fell when he got stunned by Stone Cold Steve Austin. Remember when he first stunned Vince for the first time, and he
The
looked
very
like-
first time.
He's
like
gonna
a
go
wrestler,
viral.
though.
He's gonna go viral.
Yeah, like
Tony Khan is gonna go viral.
Like
And
Vince
even-
is built like a wrestler.
He is though. Like he was like remember '98 when he started coming out of his suit. Everybody's like, "Oh, snap, he's jacked."
Like he's legit.
Sorry,
jacked.
I just started the video.
I mean, Hogan used to take, vitamins and say their prayers together.
Friday's his own one today.
But Vince McMahon, he did. He used to run the ropes too, didn't he? Vince used to work out with the boys, not just in the gym. He did, so he knows how to take a bump.
As Bret Hart said, he used to when they used to go out to these establishments and they used to have a couple of sodas with the fellas, at these joints where dollars are exchanged for dance moves. He used to take some of the finishers.
Not dollars are exchanged for dance moves.
Yes,
First off, they had sodas. Okay,
that's what Bret Hart said. He's after a few soda pops.
Oh my God! Did he jab him in the ribs with the microphone?
Bro, that's what I'm trying to say.
Why would y'all tell me this exists? Why did we?
Oh my God!
You were going to see it anyway.
Why did you have a purple suit on?
It was you were going to see it anyway. This is Easter suit. He knew it was time to show out.
I didn't know it's coming like Jack Stab. What are you doing?
And then of course he's like, Dad, please just come out. Is people going to believe that it's real? They've never seen you before. So if you come out, they're going to really believe it's
the owner of the Jaguars, right? And don't he have another business? Because he. Oh, look how they hold him. Oh, you can tell he's about to give him the
millionaire.
Oh, they hold him.
Excuse me. Now I think he went to Penn State. No, he went. What school he went to? He went to.
And then he stands up like it's nothing.
He went to one of those schools in the Big Ten because every time
Tony Khan?
No, his father. Because you watch when you watch anything Big Ten sports and they're advertising whatever school is playing, they say, "I'm so and so," and I went to so and so school. And one time,
he went to Illinois.
Illinois, there it is. That's what it was. Illinois. He had a testimony. He had his little. I'm a self-made. What you call it? And I was like, is he going to mention Tony? But he didn't. Well, yeah. So
this was the longest setup for this Belsa driver ever. Oh my God. And why is his ankle showing? Why is he not wearing dress shoes? What does he have on? And he has on ankle socks. He can't afford real dress socks.
Nope. It's a joke now though. Like it's almost a running joke. And like AEW fans
crush him tomorrow.
Oh, Bishop, he gets weekly content based off AEW. You should never disrespect him
to the middle of the ring. You say he's smiling?
He's smiling the whole time.
Smile.
And then the ref finally comes out. So all that time they had him up, we're getting ready for it. None of the refs could come out. Now all of a sudden,
hey, I'm gonna be honest. You get your first in-ring stuff. You smile. He had to tell me, "Hey, you don't stop smiling. You supposed to." I didn't even realize it. That Tony Khan had his first time. That was his first moment.
Okay, so are we giving Tony a pass?
No.
You guys said he was happy. He was smiling and stuff. I thought maybe he was giving him a pass.
No, I'm saying why, but they no.
He's laid out, so we won't see him on TV for a while.
Millions of dollars.
You guys have went too far. You will no longer be EVPs. You are now fired.
No, come on, Brandon. You gotta do the eyes, yo.
You are not. You are no longer going to be EVPs.
Okay, there it is. Yeah, I think you guys did it again. First of all, I told y'all to stop messing with these billionaires because look, we got another complaint.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.
Now back to our show.
Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks a lot.
Look at his face, bro.
Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks a lot. They're gonna throw us off the air. But
why are they? First off, he's just laying there like this, like he's dead.
Yeah,
like he's not even trying to what you call it. Okay.
So Aubrey Edwards could get the what you call it to the backstage.
Here you guys go again. What's that about? Nope, I'm not addressing it. I'm gonna keep moving.
Nope, I'm still watching the footage.
Yeah.
Oh my God, how many people emptied from the locker room? He held them for an ungodly amount of time, but now everybody can come out. Oh, what is his father wearing? Oh, why does he look like the drug lord? Oh my God, he looks like a drug lord in every movie ever.
He's a billionaire. What do you mean?
Oh my God,
a billionaire's dress. What did he do to Swerve tonight? I mean, I watched the show, but I mean, Swerve open.
Brownies, you think this is funny? You're making.
What happened with Swerve? Oh God, what did they do with
That's what I'm
Swerve?
waiting for. What Brother Raj talking about.
Yeah, what
Great
happened? Yeah, I
vibes.
didn't.
Oh no, he talking about that. Yeah, Lesnar we did this for, but yeah, I mean, we got Caprice Coleman rapping tonight, so I was
What?
good. He
The pastor?
yeah,
Oh,
he
I
was.
missed
He
that.
was giving Willow her props, like rapper. He was rapping, doing freestyle. Well, he was rapping to the beat. While he was on commentary.
Like
Two
The
of my
Rock said,
favorite
he was
people,
spitting
man.
gospel. That's what he was doing.
He was definitely preaching the gospel. He was trying to tell about his Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. But
Hey man, me, Caprice Coleman, and shout out to Gerard Barner. We gonna figure out. We gonna have a jam session one day, quartet style.
Just bring it back. But
Does anybody else hate Swerve side plates that they're red?
I hate side plates with that belt.
Yeah, that's just they don't look right. But let's get right into that though. It's because
everybody has a story.
Yeah, everybody has a story. Clearly, they messed up with those side plates. We
Sure
do
did.
have a couple of different champions, and let's just start with Brad, it's your girl. We have a new TBS champion, in Willow Nightingale. So yeah, like I said, we have a couple of revolving champions as of right now in AEW, WWE, and we're gonna and NXT. We're gonna talk about them briefly before we get into this draft. But yes, Willow Nightingale. Is this her first televised championship that we've seen on the national stage? Willow Nightingale.
Gotta be too.
Brian H.
Hmm.
Speak on it, because you've worked closely with her on more than one occasion. So I'm curious to think about your 2 cents about her finally kind of having this moment. Brother Brandon just kind of talked about it. Not really getting the Ring of Honor Women's Championship, and then now kind of having this moment instead. So Willow Nightingale, what do you think about her now, the new TBS champion?
Oh man, I'm so excited about this move right here.
Bless you.
No Queen Graves. We don't hate AEW. It's just easy
You
to
sound like Goofy sneezing.
Poke jabs at. What?
You sound like Goofy. Remember how Goofy sneezed?
I didn't what? Whatever.
Keep going.
Don't worry about it.
Keep
Just
going,
keep it
Hollywood.
Just
Yeah.
keep it going.
But yeah, no, I'm excited about this. Well deserved. Long time coming. Personally, I thought Willow should have been the one to take down Jade Cargill. But
really,
yeah, I was.
You thought
I
she would have been the one?
I thought when they signed her, it could have been built up that way.
Okay, fair enough.
Unfortunately, we didn't get it. But I'm excited for her. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't want to see what looks so obvious, and that's Mercedes just taking the title from her. But
it's gonna happen though, right?
Yeah, because it's gonna be her first match. And
CEO.
Sasha Banks.
Yeah. So
Sorry, that's what AEW told me to check.
It's gonna be fun because then it's gonna be me. It's gonna be a division between me and my child because she's gonna be going for the CEO, and I'm like, no, I'm going for my friend. But yeah, I really want to see.
Well, you had no trouble. Don't do that to her.
Hey, look,
right,
it happens. I had to deal with it for 3 years. Them disrespecting the tribal chief. So, but
Jonathan definitely let you have that one though.
Yeah,
he couldn't wait to see. Hey, Dad, how you feeling? You good?
Hey, let him know. I got something for him too.
He was in red form.
But yeah, this is gonna be exciting. I think it's great. I love that she's going face of TNA. I mean, face of TBS. What I loved on the show was she's not
face
just
TBS.
Yeah, she's not just happy to be champion. She said, "Look, Mercedes, I understand what happened last time, and I doubted myself, but look, I want you at 100%."
Okay.
And
you go.
so it's not the Zack Ryder winning the U.S. title. Oh,
geez, don't bring that up.
It's not that. So I'm excited.
I can't believe champion. I can't believe it, guys. Zack Ryder, dude. You have a story to tell. Like, you survived lung cancer, for goodness sake. You're supposed to give me something more powerful than that. I can't believe it. I'm so happy. Anyways, we're gonna live in the future because we're gonna stick with AEW because we have another Black World Champion, good brothers. Even though he's got the same outfit that Metal Hayes had on the other day on NXT. This is someone that we've been kind of close to. We saw him when he was 30 pounds skinnier.
Yeah.
I remember seeing him at MCW the first show. MCW. It was a show where Leo Rush and the other guy whose name should not be mentioned. They were young boys and they were doing security. I don't know if that was the same day Devon was there, or was it Caitlyn and
Yep,
Brian Cage?
they was there the same day.
Caitlyn and Brian Cage was
Cage,
Devon.
yo.
Oh, okay.
That was
He
on the
looked like-
same show.
Okay,
And
so yeah.
Melina. I think Melina was there too.
Yes. And Matt Hardy was on that show, and he came out, and I was like, and Brandon's like, nah, he's gonna be it. I'm like, man, are you sure, Brandon? He's really skinny. He's like, nah, he's gonna be it though. So and you know, like I said, we've followed his career all the way through up to this point. And look at him now. He's first Black World Champion in AEW history. So we're always supportive of Black World Champions. And Swerve Strickland is officially that. What do you guys think about Swerve? Them finally pulling the trigger on Swerve Strickland being the first Black AEW World Champion.
I gave my take, but I'm always like,
Why did brother
all right,
Hugh
you got to
laugh?
tell. What has he got? What is next for him? What's next?
Well, yeah, that's always
You know
the
what I
main-
mean? Because who was
That's it.
there's no other contenders right now. Like, who's next for you? Got him now, but what are you going to do with him? And I don't want to be like, oh, he's just a champion.
Come on, so
'cause
now
he
I
did
can
all
do the
that to
dance.
get there. Yeah.
Word,
So what's
what
next for
up,
him? Because look who he fought tonight. I just saw who he fought. He fought an ROH television champion. Yep,
Oh,
that makes sense.
It was a good match though.
I thought the same thing, brother Brandon. You know,
You hear brother Hugh? He said it was. He said, but it was a good
What?
match.
Good
though.
match.
Yeah,
It was.
that's
Kyle
what I'm
Fletcher,
saying.
he's cool. He's a good guy. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like he's a great talent. I love the match, but that's the same issue. Like who's next? Who's he gonna fight?
well,
Adam Page?
no,
Who
I
is
think
it?
the narrative, which I hope it's not, is that a lot of people feel he's a transitional champion, like he's a placeholder. I don't want to say transitional.
To who though? Who's about to debut in
Exactly.
AEW? They're gonna get a belt to.
Where are they going in September?
That's a good question. Where are they going? Is there anywhere
Wembley.
where Pack is from? Oh gosh. So who's gonna be an English?
Oh my god!
It's gonna be an English guy.
Will
Who's-
Ospreay.
It's
Bingo.
gonna be
Ospreay.
Willie. It's
Well,
gonna be
He's
Willie.
dropping
Oh,
the
yeah.
Will.
He's definitely dropping.
But
Will
I
Ospreay.
really
They paid him all that money. He's got to be world champion.
Yeah.
right. You know, so that's the thing. Like, but do you like? I don't want to see it. You know, not now. Yeah,
I just want him to
I
have good
I
matches
think-
because he
I
fought
think
so
any-
hard to get to it.
want to
Well,
see.
yeah.
I know the matches are going to be there. I want to see a good story. I want to
Nah,
see.
you're not getting that. You asking for too much.
You're not
Brian.
getting that. Yeah, I was gonna say not for me.
You asking for too much.
We just
No,
gonna get good
no
matches.
title run is a bad title run, especially for a black man.
I had it, but I
right.
enjoyed the stuff leading up to it with Paige.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah,
Fair
I thought
enough.
that was great because I was like, this is something good because it was finally established stars that you could have a feud without the title, and then they were both vying for the title. I'm like, this is cool. And just to address, it's not. I don't hate AEW. I just wanted the best for them, and they keep letting me down because they
Yeah.
have the
Yeah.
they
And
have
they
they
should.
talk about this is where the best wrestlers wrestle, but
Where
that's
the big boys play, huh?
yeah, we gotta
Right,
wait for the
yeah.
pay per view to get a good
thing.
wrestling match. Like
First of all,
I
I
should
appreciate
get
the good
WWE
wrestling,
TV.
but it's also on my television, so I expect it to be a good show.
yes,
Anyways,
You know,
Um,
real quick.
yeah, go
Here's
ahead.
what- if he could get healthy, Keith Lee. That's a great story built in.
Cut it out. Keith Lee, you know where he's going.
Keep
He's buying his time. Buying his time. Cut it out.
yeah, he do the favors on his way out.
Yeah, that too though. That I and I'm okay with that because first him and Keith Lee have tremendous chemistry. So
They do.
I'm okay with that. The story's
I
not a
like
little bit
Keith Lee
rushed,
and
but-
Dijak though.
Nah, that's
Mhm.
different. That's just a whole different stratosphere.
He was on my
So-
draft
so-
board.
Okay. See,
Dijak
we're
was
gonna
on mine too.
Was.
we're gonna get
Oh,
to
you
that.
said
I can't wait
was?
to hear you.
Dijak was on.
Oh boy.
I have to
See,
stick
let's
around
let's,
for the show.
let's get through this because now I'm excited to hear about what you guys picked up for this draft. I'm gonna probably skip over me for time purposes, but we have another Black World Champion in the mix, gentlemen. He finally did it. Trick Williams did the impossible. He slayed the dragon, something I did not see coming. Now we kind of pointed it out last week, like, well, it's kind of like he, is he ready? We were kind of what's the term I'm looking for? We were kind of like suspicious or like kind of like feeling like, this might be it. But then we're like, well, is he really ready? But apparently Shawn Michaels thinks that he is. Trick Williams, new
Trick
NXT
Williams.
champion. A lot of people are very critical of this move, and I feel two ways about it. But I want to hear what you guys have to say about it first. Anybody jump in? Trick Williams, the new NXT champion. How do you guys feel?
Whoop that trick. I'm gonna tell you about it. Sometimes
Okay.
you gotta
Iron's
make the
hot.
title. Yeah, the iron's hot. The it'll be mutual beneficial.
Mhm.
You know, mutually beneficial. And to whoop that trick, just the fans been behind him. It's been over 6 months, if I'm not mistaken, and
Yeah.
he's growing and growing. He's going to grow with the title. He'll probably have a good feud. I got some fantasy booking, more on that later.
Okay.
But I think, I think, this might be a little hot potato-ish for him. He might need a little bit of hot potato-ish, get this is the first one, see how we feel about it. But overall,
Braun was the same way.
Yeah,
Breaker.
This guy carries himself like a star. And I would argue more like Braun Breaker looks like the star because he looks like he passed the airport test.
Sure.
Trick Williams looks like he passed the airport test, but he also carries himself like that. So
it's true. Yeah. I saw him on the bump this morning. WWE The Bump with your boy. Seen Kaz on there.
Yeah, I gotta watch that. I ain't watched that yet, but I'm really, really excited for this.
What do you guys think? You guys feel the same way about Trick Williams? I think people forget that it's developmental still because it's that good of a show. You know what I mean? Like it is a third brand, but you keep forgetting sometimes the third brand is used for developmental purposes. But we all kind of feel the same way about Trick Williams, where it's like, okay, well, this is your chance to grow. This is your chance to be the guy. Like, how else will you learn what it means to be the top guy and learn to draw if you don't get a chance to really do that? And like you're in developmental, so why not do that? You know what I mean? You guys feel the same way?
Yep, it's a new era. It's his time.
Okay. I was gonna say he's going to be the face of NXT to get us to SummerSlam, at least through SummerSlam.
There you go. And
like, where's that pay-per-view that they doing inside the UFC?
That's the NXT. It's not Battleground, is it? What is it?
I think it is Battleground. Isn't
Battleground? NXT Battleground?
Battleground
In Vegas, in the Apex. Yeah. But yeah, so congratulations to Trick Williams, new NXT champion. But we have another champion. We have Becky Lynch. She's now the new WWE World's Women's Champion. Right? So it's, we know Ripley had to relinquish the title last week. I don't think we got to it when we were supposed to. But here we are now. Becky Lynch, was this the right decision to make? I know, she just wrote a book and she's still making towns and signing autographs and signing books and whatnot, but is it? Are you guys okay with Triple H going with Old Reliable, or were you looking for him to pull the trigger with somebody else?
I wanted him to pull the trigger
with.
Well, but like you could have went with Liv, you could have went with somebody. They don't do it with the women as much as they do it with the men. Give them that first awkward title reign where it's like it doesn't make sense, and it takes some time to get used to looking at it this way. But then eventually, they look like world champions. Like they don't do that as much with the women. Mm-hmm.
Right. I'm gonna be honest. Liv had that chance before, and you saw what happened, though. Like, there's no disrespect to Liv. I mean,
it's a business at the end of the day.
Yeah,
I agree with you, brother.
I mean, it just makes sense to put it on that big name.
There you go. I agree.
Call Becky back in, be like, look, hey, we need you. We need you. We need that star power. Rhea's gone. We need somebody that can hold the title, keep it relevant, and put on good matches for us.
Yep, anchor that division, and she's a star, not like a women's star. She's a star. Like when they just proven record that when she's on TV, ratings are there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So congratulations to Becky Lynch. Mm-hmm,
I didn't hate it, but I wanted to see you talk about like that first one. I was hoping for Chelsea Green.
Yes.
Man, I love Chelsea Green, but yeah, I don't know. Go ahead. I'm interested to hear why you wanted to go with Chelsea, because I have my theories about Chelsea Green, but I want to hear what you have to say.
Just I felt like as a heel she could have been so much fun, but I also understand that you already got that with Damian Priest, so you can't necessarily have that
two developmental champions.
Yeah,
you still got to sell ratings and sell shows.
And at first I thought Liv, but I said, well, I think Liv gets it from Becky because this Liv Morgan, let's call it for what it was. The last Liv Morgan was kind of handpicked because that's who Vince McMahon was feeling at the time, right?
I don't know what that statement means nowadays, but go ahead.
Oh shoot. Well, because all right, it was because that was really when she won the Money in the Bank. That was supposed to be Lacey Evans' moment.
That's
Lacey,
right. Yep.
Yeah, that was supposed to be Lacey Evans' moment. Lacey was going to cash in on Ronda, to the point they had Ronda make the phone call, and then it was like, but just remember anything can happen. And then it was like, guess what? No, we changed our mind. And made her feel like crap. And Liv was changing her character as she was the champion. And it was cool, but it was also a lot of awkwardicities at that time.
Sure.
Where this Liv has like been like fully developed and whatnot. But I think it brings a cool it's going to be fun because even in this, Liv will have an issue with Becky. And it kind of be like when remember when Seth Rollins had a lot of problems, he was dealing with so many people at once. This would be the case with
everybody.
And this can be the case for Liv if and when she beats Becky, because she always got to keep a an eye out, because Rhea Ripley can come back as far as she's concerned at any given moment and then be ready to take her out, and it'd be just that moment, So I definitely understand with Becky, like you said, over reliable. It was like crazy. A week ago, it's like, yeah, Becky Lynch was probably taking a break. And then boom, it's like, by the way, we need you to come back. We need you to save the division. Charlotte's not around. We don't want to mess up.
Charlotte got hurt.
Yeah, we don't want to mess up what we got going on with like Bianca and them. So yeah, and it's interesting. I ain't hate the battle royal. I would have rather seen a gauntlet match, but I think like Brother Hugh said, like, keep the battle royals for Royal Rumbles.
Yeah, we should go back and forth about that theory, because it's like, yeah, I kind of get it, but I kind of see its place also, because sometimes you got to like scramble like in a hurry. But yeah,
you remember when Razor Ramon first won the title? How it was the IC title? It was a battle royal. Then the last two, which was him and Martel, they had a
it
match.
got down to the last two. That's all right. Now these are the finalists, and they made it a thing. Yeah,
next week I wouldn't have minded that.
That was old school creative. Yeah, that would have worked too, though. I'm okay with that. That to me, I think that would have been a really good balance. Good point. He's just such the wrestling historian, Brian H.
Well,
but that you've been listening to Pritchard lately, haven't you?
Actually, man, it used to be a time in life where I used to listen to it like every week. I haven't listened to that ever since he got with WWE. Man, it's like
he's been busy. He's barely on it his own self anyway.
He be bitter when he on the show.
Yeah, he's
I guess I got to do this.
Angry Bruce. Yeah. Well, like I said, those are all the new work. Go ahead.
One thing about we keep forgetting that Triple H dust hasn't settled yet, and remember Becky, but she had history with all these other women that were saying, and the crazy part is, remember, wasn't Liv the one saying, "I was out there handling something. The world isn't about you." So,
I remember that. Yeah,
and then her and Hugh's girlfriend, they got clearly a story rivalry that they're going to keep coming back to.
Too young?
Huh? No,
you said Hugh's girlfriend.
Yeah, on Raw, Nia Jax.
Nia.
And like the draft is coming too. I think that they didn't want to ruin their draft pick, so they did a safe thing, because you got, like Hollywood said, first thing I thought, I was mad, but I was like, you can't give it to somebody else, because Damian Priest is the new world champion. You gotta give it to an established world champion for the women. And I wanted Chelsea, but I was like, Chelsea is popular and over in a different aspect than what Becky is. Becky has mainstream crossover appeal. What Chelsea does, when she got the ball, she ran with those tag titles. Like, she had her whole social media presence, and because of Mr. Chelsea Green, you know what I mean? Like, he helped get that over too.
Hey, don't disrespect
right
Matt
now.
that way.
That's a plus. Come on now. I'm a Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona person.
No,
you know what I mean?
Bad.
But
I feel bad for him.
I like that better.
Yeah, he's hurt. I think if he wasn't hurt, she would have got the title. Because think about it, Triple H and the mindset that they are now, that would have been perfect. He would have been sitting there at an indie show with the world title.
Hurt got anything to do with her getting that championship? They live different schedules. You think you really think that's one of the reasons why they didn't pull the trigger on Chelsea Green?
No, I'm saying that's one of the factors, because guess what would have happened? That world title would have been everywhere. Chelsea Green would have been social media here, and Matt Cardona would have had that sucker.
He would have gotten her in trouble. I'm almost sure of it.
I don't think so. I don't think it's that WWE anymore. I don't think it's that WWE anymore. I don't think you can get him in trouble.
He did it with the tag titles.
He did it with the tag, but you see, he had to stop, right? He said I had to stop.
Mhm.
Like, because he
Yeah,
was
he
like,
had to.
it was like, it was cool for shock value, but then people really thought, like, wait a minute, did she really give you? He's like, no. He had to go and explain, like, no, it's a replica because I almost got her in
But
trouble.
you got people talking, and look what it did for her social media presence. He got them talking.
It did. I feel bad for my man Matt because he keeps faking like he doesn't want to come back to WWE, but he is so hurt that they have not asked him to come back after everything.
No,
that
he
done.
don't. He don't want to come back as Zack Ryder. Remember that was what he said
Yeah,
last.
that's what he
He
said.
wants to come back as Matt Cardona.
Yeah, I mean he could. I mean Sean Spears did it, but you know.
But Sean Spears did it because he wasn't a big name like Zack Ryder.
And that's also a big problem too, though.
The
but
chairman,
the chairman, Brian Nix doesn't like the chairman. But
but
like I said,
all the way into that.
With that being said, I think we're going to skip this week's good for business, bad for business, because we got to get to this draft, and we're going a little bit over, but it's fine. I don't want to keep us for too longer than we have to, but just so people know, this week's good for business, bad for business was Chad Gable turning heel. We're not going to get too much into it, but let's just let that sink in for a little bit. I don't know where this is going to go.
They just made the NFL.com. Tony Khan takes a punch.
Oh, come on.
That's what I say. He's gonna go viral.
They're trying to get crossover appeal. This
Yep.
is stupid. No, stop. WrestleMania did everything already. But Chad Gable turned heel, and usually this is the part we discuss good for business or bad for business, but we kind of got to move on, run just a little bit over, but everybody
sure it'll leak into our footage.
I'm sure it will because we're going to discuss the draft. We're going to discuss where Chad Gable ends up. What happens to the Alpha Academy is because Chad Gable has made it very clear, like, look, now the Alpha Academy is all about me getting the IC title, and that's what we're here to do. And they kind of reluctantly agree, but I'm like, well, is the Alpha Academy going to even last longer? Because we have the WWE Draft coming up, and this is the meat and potatoes. This is the main event of our show. So, brothers, here we are. It is our not annual, but this is our once again, this is our 2024 WWE Draft Special. Like I said, it's the day before the NFL Draft as we record this. But today we're going to tap into the WWE Draft. We have been placed with the task of picking our top 15 superstars for Raw, top 10 superstars for SmackDown, and 5 to 10 NXT superstars or people you want to see on the NXT brand, so that we can just kind of put out there who we think should be on Raw, SmackDown, NXT as we kind of transition into this new era. Gentlemen, we are on the clock. I'm not going to go for time purposes, but I want to make sure that you guys all have an opportunity to get all of your picks up and running. How should we do this? Who wants to go first? Rock, paper, scissors.
No, that's not fair. I think you should go.
No, I'm not going.
I'll sacrifice mine for you to go.
No, it's not happening.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Go ahead, Brian H.
All right, because
WWE Draft. Here we go.
I got
dun, 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 dun,
so
dun. I didn't have time to get the sound effects. Dun 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 dun.
All right. So man, I should have sent this to Brother Hugh. But
Brian H, you're on the clock.
Thousands in attendance and the millions watching at home. I'm gonna start with NXT. So I'm gonna give you we'll keep the champions over there. So I'm coming right now, Chad Gable. I need Trick Williams. Yes, I want Chad Gable. NXT.
Chad Gable, NXT. And this is your number one pick going into NXT. Like this is the guy you said. Okay, got it.
Because for one, I need a good dance partner for Trick Williams. But look, it's the contrast of styles, man. WWE.
It is, but that's dangerous for Trick Williams. You try to get him over.
Yeah, that is true.
But do you see how much of a heel Chad Gable is? He'll get over.
That's also a good point, though. You're absolutely right. He might need that antithesis. Okay, keep going. This is good.
He's a professional. Then the thing is about Gable being there, like that main roster when he come back, gonna be nasty. Because I'm also looking at it like, man, October's coming. You know, we're gonna be on a bigger network.
I mean, Finn did it, yeah.
And then two, I'm gonna give you my second and third pick at the same time because
that's fine. Come on, second and third pick for NXT for Brian H.
I saw a little Twitter beef. Now, one person I'm keeping there, and that's my favorite wrestler on NXT. My second favorite wrestler on NXT, Jada Parker, and then
Jada Parker,
and I'm pairing her with guess who? Zoe Stark.
Okay, so you sending Zoe Stark back to NXT.
Yeah, because now Zoe Stark got a personality that can make money. You see all them ladies down there in NXT cooking.
Yes.
So
That is true,
put her back with Shawn Michaels and this story because Zoe Stark tweeted. She tweeted, and I quote, why must people use their asses in matches? And then Jada Parker replied, why didn't you just at me? And she said, why you ain't at me next time, but I'll do what I want, whatever. And then Zoe Stark was like, girl, I'll wrestle your ass any day of the week. So yeah.
Can I give you a spoiler alert? Zoe Stark makes an appearance in the NXT Next Gen show on Roku channel.
Oh.
Yeah. I can, and I saw a different side of her when in
Zoe
WWE
Stark?
world. Yeah.
Or okay.
And I could tell like she's somebody who wants it. Cause I'm this for the realm. I'm gonna be honest with you. Sometimes you see people, you see the lineup of interviews, and you're like, we gotta talk to this person. Okay.
Wow.
What they gonna say? Okay. That's me. That thought represents me and me only. What goes on in the back of my head. And then the interview happens, you're like, oh, okay, I see it. Same with the Creed brothers. Like Julius Creed, star.
Yeah.
Button waiting to happen.
Wow.
It's the reason people compare him to John Cena backstage.
Okay.
So those are the two. So what's I got? All right, and then two more. I'm biased, but this is where I think she needs to go. And I think you should know who I'm talking about, Mia Yim. I think Mia Yim in a good program with Roxanne Perez gives us a more personality. And then Cedric Alexander. He's another
That's
one.
a good one too, though. This is okay. Good list, Brian Nates, because that's not somebody I would have thought about. But you know what though? That makes a lot of sense. Because so you get a fresh star, you get experience, and you get a veteran at this point compared to those children, compared to those kids. And then he kind of gets a chance to hit the reset button and say, let me start from. He's never really had a run ever outside of Hurt Business. He's never had a build up. He's never had nothing. He kind of got his contract by mistake, how they made it look, Cruiserweight Classic, and they're like, we got to sign the guy. And then they just, you know what I mean?
And I truly believe if they were more invested in actually making the Hurt Business into like what the way it was with Evolution, Cedric would have came out way better. Because he was showing peaks of it, man. Like
he was the X-Pac of the group. He's the guy that took all the bumps.
Bro, I didn't realize this. That at Wale Mania was the first time they was all together in person in front of a live crowd.
Yeah,
that's true because it was during a pandemic because they was beefing with all the black guys. Was beefing with Apollo Crews,
and because it was so normal by that time, we got a lot of the stuff. Yeah, the Thunderdome kind of it runs in with the post WrestleMania 36, 37 stuff. So, but yeah, that's real quick. Those are the people I'm rocking with on NXT. You said 10 for SmackDown. I wrote
15 for Raw.
So SmackDown. I mean, I'm not gonna do the obvious picks like Roman.
No, yeah, do what you feel. Like if it's somebody like I said, Roman then he had to be picked up because he could be considered a free agent. He could just travel from whatever show he wants to because he's in God mode, lowercase. You know what I mean? So. Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm putting Melo there.
Okay, so you're taking Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah, Melo gets promoted. And Dragunov.
Both Dragunov too. I knew Dragunov was gone once he showed up on Raw. I said, "Yep, he's ready."
Yeah. Dragunov is. I mean, you could make a case for the best wrestler in the company. That's how good Dragunov is.
If he was not 5 foot, whatever he is, he would be a major problem. He would be a major problem. Like that man took down Walter. Walter was fat. We ain't talking about Gunther. We're talking about Walter. That's a behemoth of a man. and that's when I first know. I knew him. I heard his name 1,000 times in NXT UK, but I didn't watch it that much. When I saw that, I got exposed to him. Their match. First of all, they showed you the first match they had, which was deadly, and then that match at the last NXT of the black and gold era. But yes, keep going, sir. This is good.
Yeah, so I'm taking him over there. I want Andrade on SmackDown. I'm going to book my way somehow to get him and Zelina back together.
Does he get new pants? Because he's killing me with his outfit.
Sure.
Sure. Andrade with new pants.
Yeah, I'm keeping the big three over there. Bianca,
on
Naomi, and
SmackDown.
Jay.
So are you keep now? Remember, is that one pick as a faction, or are you taking all three? I'm just splitting them
No,
up.
just
Because
no.
if you take them as a faction, that's only one pick. But if you're saying I'm just taking all three of them in general, you can take all three. But that means that you're looking at them as separate entities.
No, I was having them together.
Okay, so I'll just call that the big three. That's what they call themselves, right?
Right.
Ice Cubes would have a problem with that.
I thought it was BGM, but okay.
Oh,
because I'm a little gangster, but okay.
But yeah, AJ
right now you
Styles,
at 4.
Yeah, AJ Styles, LA Knight,
AJ
Dominic.
Styles.
Yeah, Dominic
LA
Mysterio.
Knight. Now this. I was going to ask this question, but I feel like we was going to go down a rabbit hole. Are you breaking him away from the Judgment Day? Because the Judgment Day to me looks like they're on their last legs. Because you got to break the group up while they hot.
Yeah, I'm breaking them up because I'm booking to get to WrestleMania 41. Dominic puts Rey Mysterio in the dirt.
Dang, was it a last rites match, coffin match,
hey,
whatever.
Hair versus career.
No, gosh, he's not cutting his hair. He's got an Eddie mustache now too. He's killing me. Dominic Mysterio, Carmelo Hayes, Dragunov, Andrade, the big three, AJ Styles, LA Knight, Dominic Mysterio.
Yep. And I got another package deal. Ricochet and Samantha.
That's cheating, but we'll take it.
Yeah, kick Mike Rome to Raw.
Okay, you can do that though.
Yeah, Ricochet and Samantha, because I don't want Netflix getting no crazy ideas. Leave Samantha Irvin alone. She need to be on TV. They might have her doing some crazy stuff when Raw go to Netflix and yeah.
Netflix don't got no rules over there. Or no
She's gonna be in a singing competition. What? She's gonna be a singer.
Look, she could do that on Fox. We keeping this black marriage together, you know. Yeah. So what number am I at?
So let me see. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
So you got 2 more for SmackDown.
All right. Well, yeah. Just throw bring Jimmy back.
So you bringing Jimmy back on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
And what about go ahead last number?
Yeah, Solo and Tomatonga.
So we'll call it the Bloodline.
The Bloodline. Yep.
Okay, so we'll go to Bloodline. All right.
And Raw is real simple.
All right, let's do it. Raw. Who you got going drafted to Raw? And then once you get to your picks, tell us why you chose this group the way you did, and this is what you expect to see, so on and so forth.
So to keep the things going that I like over there right now, being Seth Rollins, Gunther, Liv Morgan, Nia Jax, Bronson Reed, and Drew McIntyre. That's just to keep things, and Otis, right? Now the movement.
So you got Otis. Now you got your first one. Let me see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7 off breaks.
Yeah. 7,
got it.
All right. I'm bringing Santos over. I like him.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you bringing the whole group over?
No, just Santos. That's
Santos.
A star. Because I'm seeing Santos, Sami Zayn down the line, or that Intercontinental title reign. Right.
If you break up the group, they're going to be cut next week or back on NXT.
Hey, they can go back to NXT. Santos the star. I seen it.
Synced it.
Yeah. JD McDonough. I'm
JD McDonough.
See if he can fly by us to keep going by himself.
Now that's one I didn't expect you to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
See if he can go by himself. Big Omos. It's time to get him going.
The big fella, Omos.
Yep. Now. Kevin Owens.
I've always liked Kevin Owens on Raw. I don't think he's ever fit in right on SmackDown.
He just belongs on Raw. I could see Kevin Owens being like, I could see him competing with Damian Priest for the world title and beating him, or being in the feuds with this version of Drew McIntyre or stuff like that. I mentioned Jey and Liv Morgan stand. That have them stand. But yeah, I think in my last movement, Kiana James. I'm bringing her to Raw.
Okay, all right, Kiana James. So that's your first real call up, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that is, ain't it? Because the other two are kind of obvious.
Down. Yeah,
she got the personality. She got the look. She to me, I don't see her being somebody who needs to be a NXT Women's World Champion. Kind of like Zoe Stark was,
Yeah,
but Zoe came up and found herself, but then kind of got lost. I don't want to say lost in the shuffle because she's not.
She's still young, just
Yeah,
fresh.
she's
Gotta pay
just
your
been
dues.
like put in tag team situations. So now,
Shayna beating people up.
yeah, I want to see her take that experience and go back down to NXT and perhaps challenge
There
for
you
some
go.
gold because you
I'm okay
still
with
got
that.
this new title coming up too.
That is true. Yep. So you're going to need bodies down there and
Mhm.
experience. So you got 3 more picks for Raw.
I do. Oh
Yeah.
shoot.
So
Oh
you're
shoot.
sitting at 12.
Yeah. You got Bronson Reed on there, right?
Yes,
Written
Big
down.
Bronson Reed. I think I like him a lot.
Yeah, and I forgot to mention Braun Breaker.
Braun Breaker. Okay.
I like Braun Breaker on Raw.
On Raw.
Yeah, I don't like him on
I think I can
SmackDown.
like him on Raw too. That's actually okay. Cool.
He just feels more,
More
like
prime time.
yeah, like I like who
More
you gonna put him
drama.
against? Sami Zayn or Logan Paul? Like it just makes sense for him to go. He's a guy that will go against Sami Zayn because Sami gonna have to carry him.
Right.
You can't trust Logan Paul to carry him.
No.
So yeah, that's my Raw roster.
You got 2 more picks, buddy. It's 15. You at 13.
Oh shoot! Wait, I wrote 15 down. Hold on, this is 15 bars, so I'll just go over real quick. Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens, Chelsea Green, Otis, Braun Breaker.
Oh, I'm tripping. I missed Chelsea Green.
Okay,
All right,
yeah, that was
14.
because I mentioned some of my stays.
Okay.
Bronson Reed. Oh, Nia Jax. I don't think I mentioned.
I got Nia Jax.
Okay, Kiana James, Santos Escobar, Jey Uso.
Don't got Jey Uso. Okay,
Yeah,
there we
because
go.
I was
So that's
gonna move
15.
him, but I was like, it's not time yet.
He's too hot.
Yeah. That was my thought. I was like, he gonna get back in the bloodline story. I need him to stay on there, and I need Jimmy to come chase him to come get help. But I still need him. He still got some heat on him, so let's keep it.
Okay. So this is Brian Nash's WWE draft for 2024. So that's actually a really good list for those who didn't catch it. On Raw, he has Seth Rollins, Gunther, Liv Morgan, Nia Jax, Bronson Reed, Drew McIntyre, Otis, Santos Escobar, JD McDonough, Omos, Kevin Owens, Kiana James, Braun Breaker, Chelsea Green, and Jey Uso. Now, this is just his top 15 of people that he would, if he were to choose them first, this is who he would choose for Raw. And in SmackDown, he has chosen Carmelo Hayes, Ilya Dragunov, Andrade with new pants. The big 3, AJ Styles, LA Knight, Dominic Mysterio, Ricochet, and Samantha, Jimmy Uso, and the Bloodline. See, these groups is how you cheat to get more people on the roster. And for NXT, he says send Chad Gable, which is an interesting one. Chad Gable to NXT, Jada Parker, Zoe Stark, Mia Yim, and Cedric Alexander. So why did you choose in this particular way? What was your rationale behind these are the ones that stood out to you to say these are the ones I would choose first for Raw, SmackDown, and these are who I would choose for NXT?
It was tough, but really just trying to think about. I really looked at who's the champions, right?
Okay.
So who works with Cody, who works with Damian, who works with Becky, who works with Bailey, who works with Logan Paul, Sami Zayn, and that's where I went from there. Like a Bailey Shayna Baszler match, believable. I believe she could take the title off for her. With Cody, the person I'm looking at, obviously keeping with LA Knight and AJ Styles, but then kind of keeping that bloodline going because they got to go back after him. But then also Dominic Mysterio, I think like I said, long-term booking him and his dad, but also giving him time to shine too. But get away from the Judgment Day. Like I think now he could fly on his own.
What about getting away from Rhea Ripley? Can he fly without her?
I think so, but it's going to be tough because I thought about that, but I was like, how much do we really like? Are we really gonna care? Like if Liv Morgan, everybody talking about Liv Morgan gonna take Dominic.
No,
do we care? And I'm like, I can live
care.
without it. For Raw, the same thing. Like, who can really help Priest shine?
There you go.
Like if Damian Priest gets wins over Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens, and Seth Rollins, boom, he's a made man. You know what I mean? If he can get believable wins. And then NXT, it was really about, kind of getting some establishment going, but also the reason why I pick more women too is because you got that women's title coming, which it seems to be forgotten about. I don't know when they're going to do something, as far as the North American women's title, but then also with reestablishing Cedric and then helping establish Trick, because like right now, who is Trick Williams? Like, who do we pencil in for him? You know, because I'm Tony. What's his name? Tony D'Angelo.
No,
I'm not convinced.
I don't like overly gimmicky characters like that either. Like, you know, he's coming out in a white beater and track pants and you know, looking like Johnny Stamboli from WCW.
Right.
Remember Johnny Stamboli and Big Vito when they came over from WCW? Yeah. WCW's poor attempt at ECW's full-blooded Italians. Anyways, but no, I think that's a very good list, very good rationale behind it. I like your NXT list. Chad Gable, man, I'm not sure about that one. I think he's just like he's going to end up teaching class over there because that's how, to me, he's how hands and feet above everything. But I like it a lot though.
It's certainly a risk, you know, but because there's also what's going to happen with him once he gets past this part, right?
Yeah.
You know, obviously it looks like he should take the title from Sami Zayn, but then what?
Sami Zayn just got it. There's no way in the world he's taking that title off Sami Zayn right now.
Right.
Like this is Sami's. They owe this to Sami for what he did with the bloodline. So like, remember, you was like, oh, he's getting stale. I'm like, yeah, he's on pause right now because they're like, yo, we still owe him. We got to give him something. So now to me, I think this is his most meaningful title run. Like, it actually means something because of what he had to do to get to this point. Like, oh, he deserved it. But yeah. But good list, Brian H. I like your picks for the WWE Draft 24. Brother Hugh, Brother Brandon, championship culture. Who wants to go first?
All right, I'll go since he didn't say nothing.
Here we go.
NXT.
Brother Brandon. NXT. Yes, sir.
And it's gonna be called NXT Redemption.
Wow, so you already booking pay-per-views. He got a whole name.
No, I'm just saying this is, and this reason being, and you'll see why. So I've said between 5 and 10, but my first pick, because they gotta help the tag division, the Good Brothers.
You sending them back?
Huh?
You sending them back to NXT?
Yeah,
the
they gotta stay.
Okay.
Yep. Because I think that with the tag division, you'll see why. If you keep, well, let me say this: all of my draft picks, all the champions stay the same. If I don't draft them, they stay on that show.
Yeah, that's fine. Yep, that's fair. Yep.
The next one, and it was you're gonna laugh when I say this because I said Ricochet for almost the same reasons that he said about Cedric Alexander. Ricochet got unfinished business in NXT.
Ricochet would shut NXT down. Oh my gosh, people go nuts for Ricochet in there.
Yep, and I think he would fit better there. The
Much
Final
more
Testament, the whole Final Testament needs to go because
all 30 of them because they all need development.
And then, so here's where it got a little tricky. So that's my top 3, right? But then I said Mia Yim / Natalia. Not that I'm trying to use them as the same pick, but if I only had to choose one, it was hard for me to choose which one because they both need Natalia needs that to help the current talent, but Mia
she's kind of
Yim
already
needs
down there, so it's fair.
Yeah, but Mia Yim needs that. I want to see her with the NXT Women's title or the NXT North American Champion because she keeps giving us these glimpses that, hey, y'all know I still can wrestle. So I really want to see her have that moment. And then the last 2 that I said if I had to choose would be between Cedric Alexander and Bronson Reed. I think Bronson was picked too soon to go to what did he want on Raw that he got cut.
Yeah, I think he will be killing right now NXT.
Yep, so that's my NXT picks.
All right, that's a good list. I like this list.
SmackDown.
Here we go.
So, of course, let me start with the women. Zoe Starks, Ivy Niles, and Asuka, and of course,
Ivy now.
Yes, I think them with Bailey would be great, and you got to keep Asuka in that mix too. And then, of course, keep Black Girl Magic there, all 3 of them. I drafted all 3 as one set.
Yeah, that counts. They're faction so far. So,
yep. And then for the tag teams, I definitely would put the Creed brothers there because I think it's more for them on SmackDown to do with the tag teams.
And those tag belts look better than the ones on Raw.
Yes.
And a returning Viking Raiders as a group.
I like that
on SmackDown.
Tag my boys. Yep.
And then I'm gonna put Braun Breaker on SmackDown because you could keep him if they're going to keep. That's going to USA. I'm thinking about the Monday Night Football appeal. I'm thinking about that crossover. He can be a big star. He can show up at those games because he feels like a wrestler and a football player still. So you can still put a part of the business on his back.
That is true. For a former NFL guy.
Yep, you can put a part of that. He can do like Big E did when he went out there and was at the games. And then the last two, you got to keep the veterans there, and that's AJ Styles and Randy Orton. I think that they work better on SmackDown.
I think they
you
do
can,
too.
You can interchange them. So is that my 10?
Let me see. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I counted 9 unless I miscounted. I'm not.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot one. And I'm gonna keep. So I kind of cheated with this one. I said the Bloodline, including all of them.
No,
and
that
I
counts.
left all in quotations because I said all of them would include Jimmy, Solo, Jacob Fatu, and anybody else that joins the Bloodline. They just stay on SmackDown. The
No, that
Bloodline got to
counts.
stay there. And Paul Heyman, of course. Then for
The
Raw,
Wise Man.
Yep.
Hold on. A quick announcement. We're no longer beefing with the Wise Man because Carl Anderson and Doc Gallows are not upset with him for what he did when he cut him from Raw during the pandemic. Just want to put that
they're
out
okay
there.
with it.
They're okay with it now. Yeah. So if they're okay with it, then I'm okay with it.
See? That deserves a real round of applause. Finally.
All right, so somebody clip this off because I'm about to blow your mind with number 1 draft pick.
Oh boy, Chris
For
Jericho
Raw.
can't come back.
I know. No, he's not. No, he's done for me.
Did you say what I think you said?
Huh?
Oh,
My
good. I
number 1
thought you
draft
got
pick?
it out.
Oh no, my Raw number 1 draft pick is CM Punk.
That's fair.
And reason
Wait a minute,
being,
that's Brandon that just said that. Oh snap!
Yeah, because I'm drafting LA Knight, Sheamus, Jey
fella.
Uso, Drew McIntyre,
Fella.
Dijak, Ilyanov.
Really? You sitting in the Raw?
I'm sitting him in the Raw, and I'm gonna tell you why I got Ilyanov and Dijak on Raw. I need Ilyanov to work with Drew. I need Ilyanov to work with.
You want to work with all the European brothers?
No, I need to work with Jay because imagine what Ilyanov could do for Jay. That would be the crowd would know who to cheer for.
I was about to say that's the problems they don't want to have.
Yeah, but no, that would be a good one. Yeah, think about it. That would be that could be the last. I don't want to say the last rub for Jay to get him over that edge until he gets back into the Bloodline story, but to keep him as a fresh single star, help him develop his own moveset.
Nobody would cheer like that. Nobody would be able to follow that match.
No, the fans would be going nuts, dying.
Yeah, that would be the main event of a what you call it?
It would be. Yeah.
I'm saying because LA Knight with on Raw because it's going to. I'm thinking like branding wise when they go to Netflix. Can you imagine LA Knight on the marquee when you go to Netflix and you see him with the logo?
Not to mention he brings Slim Jims. He brings the Slim Jim endorsements.
Yep. Then for the women, for the women, I have, of course, Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair.
Okay.
And I'm gonna bring up one from that I think has been undervalued, Alba Fire.
Really?
But going back to her name is Kylie Ray. Let her have those matches with Rhea Ripley because remember we kept having hints of it in NXT UK because they kept following each other in NXT. So I think that there's something there for both of them, and she's being wasted as a tag team because she could she could have been a person that stepped in and had those matches. And of course, did I say Andrade already? And then for the tag teams,
you did not say Andrade.
Okay, Andrade. Then for the tag teams, I'm bringing the LWO over. Only Rey Mysterio and not Carlito, not Dragon Lee, just Rey Mysterio and the Young Boys. I hate to say it like that, but so 37 people in LWO, nope. And I'm going to draft, and this is me cheating. It's going to be called the New Alpha Academy because Chad Gable is going to keep Otis because Otis is loyal to him, but he's going to introduce new members to the Alpha Academy.
I knew it.
Nope. No, they're on SmackDown.
Oh, okay. That's right. You got them on SmackDown. Wait, do you?
Yeah, I put them on SmackDown. I put the Creed brothers on SmackDown.
Oh, yep. You sure did. I'm sorry. Yep.
And that new Alpha Academy is going to have Otis because that's his day one. He's going to introduce Damian Kemp, and it's going to be the answer for Gable Stevenson. And that way they can have Freebird rules and do what the New Day did. So at any time, Damian, because Damian Kemp and Gable Stevenson are real brothers. So
I did not know that. Is Gable Stevens still part of the WWE?
He's still listed on there, but because they don't know what to do with him, I mean, he's right there. He looks like he belongs with them. You gave him the wrestler's gimmick. Put him with the wrestlers that have the wrestler's gimmick. And imagine
Yeah.
what Chad Gable could be the mouthpiece if they had the tag team belts. Chad Gable could
Mm-hmm.
be in there. He could
You might
say,
be onto
I'm
something.
coming in. I'm coming in tonight. I'm going to wrestle this match. They really can bring back the Freebird rule like the New Day did. Because remember, part of the New Day excitement was who's wrestling the match. You know, because all three of them will come down to the ring, and then you're like,
That's
all right, so
true.
who's in this match?
That is true though.
So imagine all
Whoever
four
was
of
built
them.
up to the ring, that's who was going to be in the match that night.
Yep. And think about it. Them all four with the singlets on, Alpha Academy attire, music hit, and Gabe Stevenson didn't have to do anything. He can get the hot tag. Damian Kemp could carry it. Otis could carry it. Chad could carry it. And that's how you get them over.
And Steve, he can take his time learning the same way Dominic Mysterio and Solo.
Yep. And no, that was only 14. I think I forgot one.
You're missing
'Cause I
two,
did-
actually. You got 2 more picks.
So the only one I think I missed was I'm putting Carmelo Hayes on Raw.
Okay.
Because
So
if you got to keep him and Ilyanov and Gunther on the same show. Remember, anybody
you
that
like
draft,
rubber
Gunther
matches.
stays
That's
in.
what you like. You like rubber matches. You like saying,
No, I don't want to see the rubber match. I just know that if Triple H wanted to run something back
he has options.
and it not being stale, it gives us that. Because think about it, anytime if you need a main event for an overseas show, you got a Carmelo Hayes and an Ilyanov that you know could deliver. If you needed to do Dijak and Drew, you could deliver it. If you need to do Andrade and Dijak, Andrade and Drew, I still think they need to explore that because we never saw what that feud could do because Drew got hurt. So that's my picks.
You got one more.
No, LA Knight, the New Alpha Academy, Andrade.
The
New Day stays there. The New Day.
Okay,
They stay
got
on
it.
Raw.
New Day. All
because
right.
of they'll be the Alpha Academy and New Day, and I think you got to keep the veteran New Day, and I'm saying draft them so that way you know this is who's staying there, not on SmackDown. Because I like the New Day better on Raw than SmackDown. Because let the SmackDown be the other teams.
Sure. So this is Brother Guy's list for his WWE Draft 2024. It's a really good list. I like it a lot. So on Raw, you have CM Punk, you have LA Knight, Sheamus, Jey Uso, Drew McIntyre, Dijak, Ilya Dragunov, Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, Alba Fire, Andrade with new pants, LWO, Ray and the Young Boys, the Alpha Academy, the new Alpha Academy, excuse me, Carmelo Hayes, and the New Day. For SmackDown, he has Zoe Starks, Ivy Nile, Asuka, the Big Three, Black Girl Magic. That's one, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be confused. The Creed Brothers, the Viking Raiders, Braun Breaker, AJ Styles, Randy Orton, and the Bloodline. And for NXT, he has my boys, the Good Brothers, Ricochet, the Final Testament, all of them, Mia Yim / Natalia, Cedric Alexander, and Big Bronson Reed. Another good list, different take, but still nonetheless, like, okay, this works. So why did you go this direction with this particular group? Why did you have these superstars on shows versus the other shows and so on and so forth?
Because I think NXT, they need their redemption arc, and what better way to reinvigorate it? Because we think about the Finn Balor when he went back to NXT. So all of that list could do something special in NXT by still bringing up the other talent. SmackDown, the fact that you got the champion in Bailey. Bailey needs that new blood because her and Zoe Starks could be the main event of a SmackDown. I think Ivy Niles has a lot more than what she's showing or able to show. And then imagine her and Asuka. Imagine her and Ivy Niles and Naomi. You don't know how much more we can get out of her. And I think Braun, because of that crossover appeal, the Creed brothers, even so, if you wanted to put a vignette together, imagine just a tag team vignette. You got the Creed brothers, A-Town Down Under, the Yes Boys, all these tag teams that you have, the Viking Raiders. Imagine what that vignette would look like. Ibar doing a moonsault off the top while you got the Creed brothers doing 16 German suplexes back to back. All the crazy stuff that you could see. I was just thinking about, main appeal. And then for Raw's got to have 3 hours worth of matches.
True.
That
so you need to work
he's been giving us and what he's been giving us on Raw are those big fight field matches on Monday night. It doesn't save it for the pay-per-view. We can still have those on Monday. Imagine a Finn Balor versus a Ilyanov on Monday Night Raw. No title, just that's the main event. people will lose their mind. Carmelo Hayes versus anybody on the roster. They're like, wait a minute, what? Hold on. How are we getting this match? Why haven't we been watching this guy? Oh crap, let me go back to NXT and watch some of this stuff. Especially because they're dropping the things and letting it be known about what happened. Who was it that Carmelo helped train? He helped train Cody, right? To get him back.
Yep.
Yes, he
Imagine him saying that. He's the reason that we got, the American Nightmare back after they dropping all this knowledge on us. Illinois is the only one to beat Gunther down in NXT.
Yep. They do that now. Yeah.
Yeah, they say all that stuff. So I was thinking about the history, especially if you could say Rhea Ripley and Alba Fyre or Kylie Ray. These women have parallel careers. Look what happened. They could play on that, and it's like, oh, she's coming after Rhea. If Rhea doesn't have the belt, that's a marquee match. That's all I was thinking about. Stuff like that. Like, how can you sell this as in 3 hours, 2 hours of programming, but also what network they're going to be on?
That's true.
Okay. No, that's once again.
And plus, last thing for the CW, when you think about that, what's been on CW and what's been cycling through, you need something that's going to catch people's eyes, because somebody might see the Good Brothers that was watching a superhero show and be like, oh, that's the dudes from New Japan. We remember them.
I was about to say, is Stephen Amell going to show up to NXT now?
Why not? I mean, think of it. You see Ricochet, he's the marquee doing a flip out of the ring. You're like, catch NXT on the CW network. It's just, that's that guy.
So if you see any other superhero shows get ready coming to CW, just expect to see Flying Ricochet on NXT.
Man, look, Trick Williams on All American, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, he guest star. I see that 100%
with the belt.
No, you gotta get a new belt.
No, he gonna be.
I think it's coming. I was gonna say that. I was waiting for a moment to slide it in. This is where we get our new belts.
There you go.
Trick gonna have it's gonna be Trick and what you call it. They about to have new belts.
The new era of NXT championships. Get that Crayola splatter out of there.
Yeah, they about to be red and heartbreak red and black. That's what they about
there
to
you go.
Be.
Or green and black. You never know.
Did you say heartbreak?
Yeah, heartbreak red.
Heartbreak red. I like heartbreak red. Anyways, Brother Hugh, it's time for your list. We're gonna wrap up with you, and I am going to post my list on social media. So if you wanna see what I have to say, hopefully we can get everybody's list compiled and put it on social media. But that's where you'll see mine.
What's that?
Yeah, I see it. Brian is definitely sent here, so we got it. So, like I said, for time purposes, I want to finish up with Brother Hugh. But Brother Hugh, this year's 2024 WWE Draft, sir, you are on the clock. Where do you want to start? That's exactly the noise.
Gump saw Russ. Here we go.
See, there you go. We be getting close to the end of the show, and then here comes the shenanigan.
And I was quiet.
Gump Wrestling Federation. My bad. That's what it is.
GWF.
The Gump Wrestling Federation. Brother Hugh, you were on the clock, sir. WWE Draft. Where do you want to start? Raw, SmackDown, NXT.
I'm looking at challenges for SmackDown for Cody Rhodes.
Okay.
I have Orton.
Randy
everybody's
Orton.
looking forward to that pretty much that heel turn and that.
I mean, you talking about challenges? AJ Styles is facing him at Backlash, brother.
Okay, AJ Styles is still going to stay there because he belongs on the blue brand.
All right, so we're going AJ Styles.
Yeah, AJ doesn't. He just doesn't.
He
look
does,
right.
bro.
Certain superstars that just doesn't. They don't look right on the other brand. AJ Styles needs to stay on SmackDown.
He does.
That's where he stays.
He doesn't look right on Raw.
So we got Orton. We got AJ. I'm gonna bring Gunther over because he's a potential.
That's a good one.
He's a potential guy to take the belt off of Cody.
That's a big star.
Also,
yeah, that's a good one.
Well,
no world title, WWE title. Okay.
Yeah, so let's put it as Imperium. Okay. I can't forget my guy Kaiser. And
so that's
it's just Kaiser and Gun. Yeah,
got it. So we'll just say Imperium. Got it. Because Beachy's definitely going to NXT like they wanted to do originally.
Right.
He beat him up.
They just tore him up.
Tore him up big time.
Randy Orton, AJ Styles, Imperium.
We got the Bloodline.
Okay. Bloodline.
I have Jimmy because that's unfinished business.
Okay, so
and I kind of want to keep him. I kind of want to keep Jey Uso away from that whole aspect of things. But I'm gonna keep Jimmy on there right now.
Got it.
We're gonna keep the LWO. Being on
Okay.
CW, you still want that the big faces like your Rey Mysterios on there
It is
too.
that's
Just to,
broadcast
yeah,
television.
You want
yep,
all of the LWO? All of them?
yeah, just all of them. Keep them all together.
All
Thank you, brother
27
Hugh.
members?
Yeah, just keep them all together. I got Dragunov coming over.
Okay.
You have potential feud with Gunther or Imperium in general.
Ooh, yeah,
Plus, after a while, he can end up being a good challenger for the title
that's true.
for Logan Paul or Cody.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Mello. I got Mello going there. Where am
All
I
right,
at
so
now? Is that
Mellow
7?
Hayes. Yes, sir. Let me see. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
So you got
I
2 more
have
for SmackDown.
I have Dominic, and I also have.
Dirty Dom Dom.
There's so many people I want to put on there. I'm gonna bring Andrade over
Okay.
as a package deal with Charlotte
All right. They
because I want
definitely keep covers together, so
Charlotte
that
and
counts.
Bailey. Yeah, I want Charlotte and Bailey. So that's you said what?
I said, "D." I didn't expect that from
Absolutely,
you.
Wow.
absolutely. Let's do it. Let's
All
do
right.
it.
So for your SmackDown, brother Hughes, he start with SmackDown. He says he's got Randy Orton, AJ Styles, Gunther / Imperium, the Bloodline, Jimmy
Mhm.
Uso, the LWO, all of them, brother Brandon, Dragunov, Mellow Hayes, Dominic Mysterio, Dirty Dom Dom, Andrade and Charlotte. They're husband and wife, so they count as one. All
Okay.
right. Next list. You're on the clock.
I'm
Who
going.
you
I'm
going to
going.
Raw? You going to NXT?
I'm going to Raw.
Okay,
We're
we're
gonna go
going
to
to
Raw
Raw.
with of course we got CM Punk.
CM Punk. All right. Top
You're gonna
big
be on
draw.
Netflix, so you're gonna be on Netflix, so you can get a little raunchy on Netflix. So you got CM Punk. You gotta keep Drew there.
Okay. Yeah. You gotta
Keep
keep Drew.
that keep that
They got
storyline
unfinished
alive.
business. That's gonna be good.
Yeah. Liv,
Okay.
and then of course Mommy when she comes back.
All right. Rhea.
That's it. That's another one.
Mm-hmm.
I threw Bobby Lashley in there for some reason.
Okay. Getting Bobby Lashley
As,
going again. Getting away from the Street
yeah.
Profits.
Yep. And as a potential challenger, for Damian Priest, he needs people to work with. So I got
I
Lashley
like
for
that one a
that.
lot. Yep. I
Ooh.
like that one a lot.
I have Nakamura, or Shinsuke for that.
Then stay.
Also I have Braun Breaker
Okay. Young
On
Braun.
Raw?
as a young gun coming up, and he could possibly come over and just take over Raw
I mean, it's a
within the
3-hour
next year.
show.
What else? Of course, my baby Naya.
Okay.
I was waiting for that.
Jay Jay Uso.
Main event Jay.
Yep. He needs to stay away from the bloodline and all that foolishness for right now. I got
Mhm.
Finn Balor. With the Judgment Day
Finn.
breaking up, I think Finn and Damien can revisit some of that heat that they had earlier on.
Ooh, good
And that would
job,
be a
brother.
good.
You. Who's the
And
heel?
Finn is a good. It would have to be.
Finn.
Oh,
Finn.
I would definitely. I was thinking Finn at first, but
How about
it's hard to
double
tell
heel?
because Damien is not really
A good guy.
babyface worthy
Right.
to me. So I would say
What if
Finn.
What if Finn with the demon is the good guy though?
Oh, there you go.
Right.
That's what we'll
Because
bring
he
him
can
back.
sell merchandise with the
Bring
demon.
back the demon.
That you definitely could.
Okay. So you're
Okay.
at 10 now. So you got about 5 more picks.
All right. So I have 2 more guys, and these 2 guys, they just belong on Raw. KO and Seth Rollins.
Yeah, you kind
They
of right.
only look good in the red, right? And so I got 3 more.
Yes, sir.
Let me see. New Day,
Okay.
Chad Gable, unfinished business with Sammy.
So just
And
Chad Gable?
Just Chad Gable.
Okay.
And I have the Creeds coming in because I have a feeling that the Creeds are going to be a part of that new Alpha Academy.
Yeah, because the way he was, I'm with you, brother Hugh, because the way they said, they showed before the match, he was working out with the Creeds, and I was like, they got too much amateur wrestling chemistry going on in that ring right now, and they're bad guys.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna finish off with NXT.
All right,
so
NXT.
NXT, I have the Good Brothers. I have the Good Brothers because I love them. I love those guys, and they need to be on TV.
I agree
Plus,
with you, brother Hugh.
They're vets, and they can do a lot down in NXT for the younger talent.
Work with the young talent. Yep.
So I got the Good Brothers. I have Baron Corbin, pretty much in the same boat as the Good Brothers with the veteran experience.
Yeah. Only place he fits.
Right. To be honest, I like Dijak. I wanted to put him on the main roster, but for right now, Dijak could have a monster run down the line with the NXT title. That would be
Really?
great for
You
him.
see him as a future NXT champion?
Yeah, why
Okay,
not?
fair enough.
Why not? Yeah. Let's see. That's 3. Let's go Bronson Reed.
Okay, sending Big Bronson
And
back down.
I wanted to separate the Final Testament and
And
leave
what?
Cross on the main roster
Mm-hmm.
and put AOP in NXT.
Well, you
But
can do
thinking
that if
about
you
it,
want to do that. You can send AOP to the NXT if you want to.
yeah, but I don't really believe in carrying Cross that much by
Well, that's what I'm
himself.
saying. Like, but you can separate it though. You can send AOP down there and leave Carry. You don't got to send a Final Testament. You could just send AOP if you
But
want to, and Paul
but that's
Ellering.
what I'm saying. I don't trust them by themselves. Like I don't trust carrying Cross
Oh,
by
okay,
himself.
okay, okay,
So
okay.
if
Got it.
if they were to both go down there, they would have to be together.
Sure,
You
because
see
they
what I'm
need a
saying?
reason. Because AOP is kind of the
Right,
muscle. Okay.
right.
The
They
conflict.
just seem like a good package deal. But
Yeah.
they just need to figure out they need to find out where they need to be.
So you go with the Final Testament to NXT.
Final Testament. That's the last
Okay.
one? Or was it?
No, you have at least 5 to 10, so it's really up to you. So it's
So I got
whatever you have between 5 to 10 people.
Good Brothers, AOP. I like Ricochet down there.
Really?
Another great talent to kind of boost ratings too.
Mm-hmm.
But the only thing
Okay.
is,
That's a good him
and Samantha Urban. So it wouldn't really
yeah,
make
they
sense.
don't break couples up.
So right, yeah. But I'm gonna go with Natalia. Put Natalia down there.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean,
She's gonna be the Dolph Ziggler. She's doing her Dolph Ziggler duties.
Yeah, she does an excellent job as it is.
Absolutely.
Don't let her
And
try comedy.
No.
Do that to Dolph. She's situational.
She already tried that. Remember with the whole farting gimmick, it didn't work.
I meant to add somebody to SmackDown too. I know we already had 10.
Well, go
But I
ahead.
wanted to
Just
put
do it
Pete-
anyway.
I wanted to put Pete Dunne over there by himself. I know that's not good for Tyler Bate, but yeah, let's throw Pete Dunne over there since we have Dragunov, we have Gunther over there. Let's just throw them all in the pot and
Yeah,
make it
that's
get
goof.
get real
That's
nasty.
gonna be a violent
You go
SmackDown.
NXT.
Yeah.
You going NXT SmackDown?
Yeah,
Go
that's definitely
SmackDown
violent.
UK.
Well,
Look, that's SmackDown UK.
Can't Tyler Bate come to and they just break up and just let them all just every
Just let
man
them all
for
cook.
himself?
Can he really get over by himself though?
Tyler Bate.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
I
a
don't
big
know about
strong
that.
boy.
On the
He's a
main roster?
He's
I
a big
think he put
strong
on good
boy.
wrestling matches. I don't know about. I think he can get over that way, but I
Finishing
think he'll be like
school.
Cesaro. I think you
As
put him in matches with big dudes.
as a single superstar, I think Tyler Bate only gets over NXT. I hate to say it that way.
Yeah, because of the size. I mean,
be honest.
and
Yeah.
it's not. His gimmick is he's too nice. Like we don't know who he is.
Yeah.
I'm glad I like his look now, but I was going to say his size, but I'm like that's not true. Because look at Dragunov. You know what I mean? You can be smaller and be dangerous.
Right.
And he is, but he's too nice right now. You know what I mean?
He is. And I had one more, and that was Sheamus.
Good.
He going to Raw.
Okay, fair enough. So brother, he with the extra picks because you can do whatever the heck you want to, brother. It's your goddamn show.
You're right.
All right. So here's Brother Hughes list. So he has for Raw, he has CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Bobby Lashley, Shinsuke Nakamura, Braun Breaker, his baby, Nia Jax, Jey Uso, Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, The New Day, Chad Gable, the Creed Brothers, and Sheamus. For SmackDown, he has Randy Orton, AJ Styles, Gunther / Imperium, The Bloodline, Jimmy Uso, LWO, everybody, Brandon, Dragunov, Melo Hayes, Dominic Mysterio, Andrade and Charlotte, and Pete Dunne. And for NXT, he's going with the Good Brothers, Baron Corbin, Dijak, Bronson Reed, Final Testament, Ricochet, and Natalia. Now, tell the people, what was your rationale or thinking behind this particular group? The way you drafted Raw, the way you drafted SmackDown, the way you drafted NXT. What is it about this? The way you put it together that you feel like it's going to be the most entertaining for you?
Well, I was just thinking about what the feuds that's going on now, unfinished feuds that's going on now, and then I went to the champions and what feuds I would like to see, and just good dance partners for each champion.
Yeah.
So that's how I basically broke it down. And then more for NXT, like right now, it's a lot of young talent down in NXT, and I'm just looking to have people that's going to help develop that talent and make those guys into superstars. And why not have a Baron Corbin down there? Continue to have Dijak down there for right now. Adding Natalia down there who can bring that type of value to that roster and continue to build these young stars.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense, though. I like your list as well. Crazy part is these are 3 separate lists, and as different as they are, I'm like, I will be okay with each and every last one of these lists because just your guys' rationale and the way you put it together, it makes so much sense. And quite honestly, it's got me that much more excited for the draft. Like I said, for time purposes, we have to wrap up, but I am definitely going to. I can't wait to post my my WWE draft list. We have the NFL draft coming up tomorrow, but like I said, before you know it, it'll be time for the WWE draft. So this Friday, the 26th, and I think continues on the 29th, the following Monday. But brothers, I appreciate your time. This has been one of those shows. It's been one of those weeks, and we've done it again. The crazy part is the later we stay up, the more eyes start coming and watching what we're doing. We got either it's night owls or it's the Midwest and the West Coast folks that start to tap in. But
right.
But for those who are definitely watching and hung with us all to this point as we wrap up the show, definitely follow us on all social media platforms at Wrestling Wrealm. Subscribe to our Patreon, Pay to One, Twitch, and YouTube at The Wrestling Wrealm. Don't forget Championship Culture every Tuesday, 8 p.m. on youtube.com/The Wrestling Wrealm. Playlist Championship Culture. I'm looking forward to seeing who actually wins this the big gold giveaway. But if you have not watched Championship Culture, go back and watch season 1. Go back and watch the rest of season 2. Brothers, man, the Wrestling Wrealm, this is like clockwork. It's a job that has to be done, and we're the guys to do it. But definitely shout out to you guys. I love every last one of y'all lists. I'm gonna be looking at it and like probably reevaluate my list as well. So I'm cheating a little bit, but it's okay. Shout out to everybody that stuck with us. We appreciate y'all. We will be back next week. We don't have any interruptions. Stay safe. All that good jazz. We will see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in. We are out of here. Peace.
Houston, we have a problem. Yes!